Hello, I am Daniel Bloodworth. We are Easy Allies, and this is the Easy Allies podcast. This week, I am joined by the master of hype, Michael Huber.
Yo!
The harbinger of hit detection, Michael Damiani.
I just realized I didn't write down a bet.
Uh-oh.
Think about it right now.
I don't remember what the bet was either. You'll have to message me because I think you guys lost me.
Damiani,
I think you guys lost me in the tech difficulties.
Right.
I'll
I
slack
think
it
so.
to you, Damiani.
Okay. And that's over there in the control room, the Maven of Mist, Isla Hink.
Thanks, Blood. Loved it.
And then cranking those Momodora wheels, we got Don Casanova. And Gabby's jacked in, monitoring all the feeds.
She's back there somewhere.
Jacked in like the Matrix.
Friends, this is the first week of the new Easy Allies podcast. Isla held it down last week. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great job over there. So we're not going to just go over headlines now. We're also going to talk about different games, do impressions and stuff. We did a little bit of that in the past few months, but a little bit more intentionally now. Looking for stuff that we're going to want to talk about each week. So if you've been a fan of Frame Trap, you'll know what to expect. And then, some of them will be recent releases. Some of them will be previews. Some of them will just be like whatever we're playing on our backlogs right now. It'll change week to week. But we're still going to talk about the news. We're still going to have sales reports.
Yes.
Still going to have quarterly updates, all this fun stuff. And there are going to be changes, though. So here, a little thing shift, a little thing there. Some things is going away. Some things are staying the same. I'll probably keep tinkering the next couple of weeks as we get comfortable with things.
Blood in the lab.
Right up front, corrections are gone.
What?
No corrections.
What?
They're gone.
What?
You can leave them. Put them in the
What?
comments if you like. We're not gonna put them on this podcast anymore.
What?
Blood, Don likes this idea, so you know it's crazy.
That hurts.
God.
That hurts me.
Also, from time to time, I'm not gonna be in this seat. Hubie will be in this seat.
Oh.
Isla will be in this seat sometimes.
Oh.
Might get Don to do it. I don't know. We'll see.
Maniac Don.
He just gasped and said the singularity for some reason.
So yeah, so it'll be fun things,
Boy.
fun changes.
Yo, when I host, corrections.
Yeah, me
Look out.
too.
Yeah. Look out.
Me too.
Yep.
All corrections. Save up everything
Right at
we
the
do
top.
wrong, and that'll be the whole episode.
Yep.
In any case, it's time to get on with the show. But before we get started, we must answer the wrong question.
What?
What is your most anticipated game of 1994?
Or.
I got some of the heavy hitters here.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. That year, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out, XCOM came out, Super Metroid came out, Final Fantasy VI came out, TIE Fighter, Earthworm Jim, Earthbound, Need for Speed,
Sick.
Mortal Kombat 2 came out, I think, on home consoles. I'm not sure about the arcade, 100%.
Yeah.
System Shock,
Sick.
Doom 2, Sonic and Knuckles, Killer Instinct,
Yo, I refuse.
Warcraft, Donkey Kong Country, Tekken, Kingsfield, Marathon, Heretic. So yeah, there's some 94 games.
Okay.
So
Shit.
think back. When
I
you were
know-
94, what was your most
But wait.
anticipated?
I know
Is
for
it
sure.
when it was, is it retrospect or is it like little 8-year-old us
Yeah.
in
If you
1993?
can remember retrospect, then go retrospect. But if you can't, then think what you might imagine it would
I
be.
remember. Damiani's itching. Damiani's ready.
Yeah, it was Donkey Kong Country for me. I got that Nintendo Power tape and was like watching that thing constantly. I was just ready for that game to come out. It looked so sick. So I just remember as a kid being like, yes, let's go. Wanted that game so badly, and it didn't disappoint when it dropped.
Hell yeah. As much as I want to say Doom 2, because that's right there for sure. We even had like the joystick to play it. It's Mortal Kombat 2 for sure. for years I always tell stories about my brother and I just playing that thing. We had the fight stick for Sega Genesis. It's the reason I got a Genesis. Well, MK1 was the reason I got a Genesis over Super Nintendo. And my brother and I were just obsessed, doing all the little secrets of 99 wins in a row with one of the people. You know, we would just plug in 2 controllers and get wins on the other one, and then you would unlock Pong. Just hell yeah.
Nice.
So Mortal Kombat 2, no doubt.
Mine probably would have. I'm thinking back. I'm trying to be fair to my past self. 8 years old, and didn't have the internet, so there's no way to know about these things other than seeing them at the store or the computer guys got something and you're like, whoa. So I think it probably would have been Wing Commander 3 or Heretic.
Nice.
I remember really loving both of those and Doom 2 from now perspective. But I was big into Wing Commander and Heretic, so probably one of those.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because that year, like you were saying, Mortal Kombat 2 was there, and then freaking Super Metroid and Final Fantasy 6 both. But I gotta be right alongside Damiani's that the hype for Donkey Kong Country was just insane. It just with the pre-rendered graphics, there's nothing looked like that.
It's insane.
It was just crazy. Yeah, and the videotape showing the treehouse and behind the scenes and everything else. So yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
what year did Borderlands Treehouse come out? That game ripped. Or Spider-Man animation creator.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
What about Don and Gabby? I want to hear this.
Yeah, anything they want to
Don,
throw in?
Gabby, what would your 94? She was 1. Goddamn. You're just talking across the room. Right now.
Nobody can hear that. I don't think
can't
it's
Super
picking up.
Metroid, I heard it.
Super Metroid.
It's hard to believe Tekken came out in that same year because Tekken was insane in World War II without the early days of PlayStation.
Don't know if audio listeners can hear any of that.
Tekken.
He says Tekken.
But Tekken that year too.
He
Yeah.
says Tekken.
Sick. Good picks.
The Spider-Man movie maker was 95, so.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's get into some topics. First up, making headlines today, even though it's ridiculous. We got to talk about it because everyone's talking about it. Switch 2 in September?
No.
In a press release today, Altic Lansing announced that they are reviving the Game Shark brand with an AI-based successor called AI Shark. They then went on to say, quote, the official launch is planned to coincide with the Nintendo Switch 2 in September 2024. They then obviously got a bunch of press questions.
Nintendo
about
what the hell?
Yeah,
What's going
Nintendo
on?
fired up the sniper squad.
Yeah. Laser sights.
Yeah.
Digital Trends caught up with them, and they said that they backtracked on the September release month, but confirmed that a tentative launch for the platform is quote fall 2024 now.
Whoa.
It adds that Nintendo has not officially set the launch date yet, but does not deny the existence of the device
Sketchy.
or the fact that it's set to launch this year. And then I think it was Totillo or somebody that was like, yeah, they were just guessing.
That's so funny. Shout out to Game Shark. What's old is new again. I love this nostalgia play here.
Sort of.
Sort of. Dude, Game Shark was... I have very fond memories of Game Shark.
Yeah,
back
but
in
you
the
want to
day.
know what this is? This is weird.
It's some AI shit you said?
Yeah. AI Shark.
Yeah, that's freaking weird.
Unlike traditional cheat tools that manipulate hardware, load mods, and cheat codes, AI Shark focuses on aiding individuals in improving their gameplay over time.
That's weird.
Supposedly, it's going to give you hints and assistance that, quote, keep up with fast-paced competitive gaming.
This seems sketchy for
Yeah.
PvP stuff. It seems really sketchy. Yeah,
This-
I was just saying Game
Yeah.
Shark back in the day, single player games. One of my favorite memories of my life is using it in creative ways. So Game Shark had a thing where you could walk through doors in GoldenEye. And if you put that on in facility, you had access to the entire map that it was unavailable
In multiplayer?
In multiplayer
Yeah.
otherwise. Period. So you could walk through that door at the end, and then you would have the big, for England James, boiler room area. You could go up there and, snipe down. It was so fun. So cool. So,
Yeah.
good
Also,
memories.
they say it's console agnostic and adaptable to various gaming peripherals, including gaming keyboards, headphones, and mice. So I have no idea what this thing is.
I hear AI and I get nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure,
like,
for
and then how are they giving? Where are they sourcing these tips? Are they just
Yeah.
like ripping off IGN guides and game facts, or
yeah.
like what? What is happening?
What do you say, Damiani? What do you say about this?
Yeah, they're bullshitting just to get attention because they needed to say something to get people to care about it. Also, I bet this like product turns out to be just doesn't work as advertised. I look forward to some of those YouTube content creator like documentaries on like the scam of this or whatever it's gonna be. But alleged, got to be careful here. You can't call it. It's not even out yet. But I don't know. You don't do that. Like sure, they got press, but I wonder what's gonna go on behind the scenes with Nintendo, like their lawyers on the phone, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like like lawyers were on the plane and landing like in Vegas, like the minute that press release, like they're already local. They're like have them in probably every city in the U.S. and like dispatch them to CES now.
Well, Damiani, did you see the other nonsense thing at CES? The like hologram Mario thing with the like messed up lips.
Dude, that was disturbing. Like, dude, Nintendo ninjas and lawyers are all like they're on the earpieces right now, just like all day today. They're just like, all right, go to this booth 12C over here, and then like, where's the AI Shark booth over there? All right, like squads move out.
Oh goodness! I don't know if we want to show this.
Find them and destroy them.
Illegal Mario, but I don't know. We might get in trouble for it. I don't know.
Don't mess with Nintendo.
But what
The
about?
M is like off center too. It looks like
yeah,
it's
no.
bothering
It's
me.
because it's a hologram, so it's like 3D.
God.
Yeah, but it's creep show. It's real like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dead eyes for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, dead eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
Zorgla in chat said cheat GPT, and I think that's very funny. Instead of chat GPT.
What do you think about September though, Damiani? Is it even worth like saying the likelihood, because it's just like if they're guessing, it's anyone's guess, really.
September's
Yeah,
such an easy
I mean,
guess for it if you think it's
Yeah, they're
good.
just guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, most people would bet on, late Q3, like start of Q4. So like that's September, October, November
Yeah.
range, probably most likely. But yeah, they're straight up just guessing. Because if they do, they put it public, they're getting sued into oblivion. So, I mean, there's no way the answer and you say that no, your company's done before it even begins. So they watch a lot of
Well, it's an
YouTube
existing
videos. They watch a
company,
lot
but
of Nintendo creators. Yeah, they watch a lot of Nintendo content creators and probably September. Put it in the press release, and then we'll retract it later. Don't worry, we'll be okay because we really don't know. It's fine. And everyone will talk about us. Even bad publicity is good publicity. Don't worry.
Here we are talking about it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be forgotten like tomorrow, though. So
Damiani, you got to. Oh, come on, battery. This thing's battery's running low.
Battery,
Did you plug
got
it
two
in?
battery.
chaos.
It appears to be plugged in.
Don's coming to help out.
It looks.
Okay, thanks. Damiani, you just reviewed Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yo.
And not just you, but everyone is talking about how great this game is. Only one weird thing popped up. Some NPC got missed. I don't know if you saw.
I was
going to
bring that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, like in the review build, apparently this NPC doesn't have VO at all. But on launch day patch, they patched it with text to speech. And they said it has text to speech. So they're like, we're gonna patch it later. We forgot to record the VO for that one character. So
We
rather than leave
forgot.
it silent, rather than leave it silent, like in the review build, they're like, we'll give it text to speech. I'm like, just leave it silent
Leave
then.
it
Like
silent,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah.
So, just seems like an
weird
oversight,
stuff.
weird mistake. But otherwise,
Yeah, but in the current environment, I do think the AI replacing voice actors potentially, like that that threat that people are worried about. It doesn't just a little bit of like a fumble there. It's not like that big of a deal, honestly, because they said they are going to put an actual person's VO. It's just kind of, both amusing, but also a little like, that nervous chuckle, like, ha, that's funny. Next time around, that might actually be like what they're testing the waters there to see how like angry people are getting and stuff,
Totally.
I don't think so. I think it was just a complete production oversight somehow. But
I mean, yeah, for this, but Ubisoft's probably one of the companies that'll probably embrace AI voice acting first.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk about this game though. Prince of Persia going back to 2D, going to Metroidvania style, and by all accounts, it seems to be working out really well for them.
Yeah, this is a kind of like a reinvention of Prince of Persia. This game is definitely very good. And there was a lot of concern that we might not ever see another Prince of Persia game because I had to like look it up because I kept thinking it was like 2013, 2015. It was like 2008, 2009 was that Prince of Persia, like that really
Reboot.
awesome art style one reboot. It was like 15, 16 years ago.
That
There's
is
some
so
mobile
wild.
game in the 2010s. Then like whatever, and it was just like a new version of an older one anyway. And then we heard about Sands of Time getting the remake, and we were so close to it, and they're like, it's not good. And then went to like, it's in development hell right now. And so Assassin's Creed went on to become like the spiritual successor to Prince of Persia, taking those concepts, evolving them into a more open world environment. So was there really even a place for Prince of Persia other than like remakes and remasters? And here you go. Not every game needs to be a triple A, 3D open world, extravaganza. And Metroidvanias, extravaganza. Metroidvanias are a really good genre to try your hand at. And I think it's not just because it's random. I do think there are a lot of elements that crossed over to this really nicely.
Oh, yeah.
And the developers for this game clearly played a lot of like the best in the business when it comes to Metroidvanias, because they were clearly borrowing a lot of good ideas, but also working in a lot of like the Prince of Persia DNA. Of any Metroidvania, I think this has like the best platforming sequences, some of the most intense platforming sequences. Maybe the one bonus area in Hollow Knight, the cathedral area, if you're talking, what I'm talking about.
Yo, we're talking about movement,
Yeah.
dude. Guacamelee 2, dude. Best movement. Have you played that?
Movement wise, yeah. Like maybe there's games that have like a little bit like better feeling movement. I'm talking about like the
Yes.
challenge of platforming. Like this has some very challenging platforming segments. A lot of it, some of it's optional too, but they put some nice challenges forth. I would say like the chapel cathedral part in Hollow Knight's probably a little bit more frustrating. Like it definitely doesn't get that hard. But that's the thing. This game is all about what are you comfortable with in terms of difficulty.
I was going to say, are there
Hubert,
difficulties, Damiani?
Dude, this game was made for you in terms of like they listened to Michael Huber. They listened to the Michael Huber rants on difficulty like that. All right, Michael Huber, here you go. 4 presets, unlock from beginning. And you know what? You don't
Unlock
like
from
any of
beginning.
those?
Perfect.
Go into every single one and tweak every setting you want.
love
Change
that.
enemy health, change enemy damage, change your damage output, change the parry and dodge windows,
fully
change like how
customizable.
much. Yeah, it's like insane.
That's
It's
sick.
really nice to have. So like
Is there
me,
a
I
secret
wanted like, okay,
unlockable one?
no.
Oh, okay.
But you can make something harder than the hardest difficulty, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, because
With the custom stuff, you can slide everything. It's like Draconian. You could, what is it called in Dragon Quest?
Yeah, the draconian modifiers.
Yeah, modifier. It's
Yeah.
sort of like that to an extent.
Sick.
And that's really good. But also, they have some things I would more classify as like accessibility. Like they have a platforming assist, which is literally some of those like more challenging platforming segments. They'll just put a warp portal there. You just warp across. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. So
that.
whatever, like maybe you like the combat, maybe you like the boss battles, but you're like, dude, I don't like the platform. I'm not a platform player. And in Metroidvania, it's like, I really am not, like some of the ones I like, maybe I don't do that a lot. You can just skip that. There's like aim assist. Like in this game, there's a lot of dodging, backflipping, sliding under people. And I could see a lot of people might whiff attacks by attacking in the wrong direction. So it just always faces you towards the enemy when you're attacking. So you don't have to ever worry about like, whoops, I hit the attack button. So they thought of a good amount. It's not like
That's cool.
everything, but it is pretty good. And like so much credit for that, because I think that allows so many different people to enjoy this game, whether they want it to be like a breeze, they want it to like feel like it's enough challenge, or if you want to go like really ridiculous, you can go really ridiculous with this game. So yes, Huber, difficulty, this is like
Crank
right
it.
up your alley in terms
Heck
of those. Yeah.
And the optional
for
stuff's
sure.
even harder, like way harder than the main
Oh, so
stuff.
there was like a platforming room, which like felt like a Resident Evil death trap room.
Yo.
Like, because they kept sending like spikes and shit at me, and they kept like doing, you know, the laser in the movie where it fakes
yeah.
it out.
Hell
Like it does that shit because it like, gives you the pattern. I'm like, oh, I know this. Then it like reverses it the last second. Like what the hell? I was like, come on, and you got to do it all over again. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah. There's some cooler stuff in that. Yeah.
One of the most important things for me, well, there's a bunch of important things with Metroidvanias, but one of the most important things, the upgrades. How do those feel to get?
Dude, everything is upgradable in this game, Huber. So you can go, there are a bunch of different NPCs. There are hidden NPCs that sell you stuff. And there's multiple currencies. So the currencies are all used to upgrade. The basic ones like time crystals. You go to an NPC, the main one in the hub area, she can give you like increased healing potion count. So you can have like +1, +2, I think goes up to a few higher than that. You can increase their potency. Then there are new amulets you can buy. These are like equipable accessories. It's Hollow Knight badges. It's literally Hollow Knight badges. And they give you all those effects, and you can't equip enough, so like you got to like mix and match with those.
Love that.
You can enhance those multiple times at a blacksmith.
Nice.
And the first time it's just paying with that first currency, but then you need these other coins eventually that are like rewards hidden throughout like the environments, like either secret corner or doing like a side quest, something like that. And then you need those to come back to spend to upgrade that. Then your weapons, your swords, you can upgrade those multiple times, but you need this like precious like material for it. They're really hard to find.
So
Same
it feels
with your bow
really
and arrow
good
that you
getting
get.
all that stuff.
Yeah, and like as I said, Huber, for most of the game, I was like, economy. I don't have enough for everything. Like, what do I want to upgrade?
So you gotta choose.
What
I
was
love
most
that.
important?
I love that so much.
And because I played the preview build, I knew what to start with. I went in like with healing and the sword upgrades, and I think it paid off very nicely for me.
Fundamentals,
But
usually good way to go.
yeah, but I think in the amulets, it's a big deal because like one of them is like the first one gets like a extra health bar, and it's like you upgrade it multiple times. It gives you like 3 or 4 or something when you like fully upgrade it on top of like they're like heart container system in this game. They're called like soma petals. 4 of them gives you like another one is permanent one, and then some bosses just drop a full one as well. So if you know that and you're like, well, maybe I don't need that health thing. Maybe I want something that does like increases my melee damage or I take less damage, and you buff those up. And some of them are like environmental, take less damage from environmentals damage. Like reduction to like elemental stuff, like you can get shocked, you can get burned, you can get poisoned. And some zones, like there's a sewer zone where it's like you're gonna get like it's toxic sludge paradise, Huber. Everywhere there's toxic sludge. And all of it puts a poison dot on you. So yeah. Oh yeah. So you might want to consider switching out your amulet then for
Speed run
something
through
with
that
a little
zone,
bit bigger
Damiani.
poison.
Just get through that one
I
quick.
think they want you to try that and you run into stuff. Yeah. But that's the thing, Huber. The other thing besides economy, enemy variety.
Yeah.
This
even from the
might not
demo,
have
we
the-
encountered so many different enemies.
Yes, it might not have the most enemy designs of any similar game, but the fact that their attack patterns are so different and varied, and the fact that they like each new zone, you'll encounter stuff and it's like what, like this, they're just weird to see the first time. So you just get like wrecked by one. You like beat a hard boss, go to a new zone. What's this dude like doing like delayed attacks and like jumping through the air, and then there's
so
like
cool,
flying
dude.
enemies at the point. Yeah, they really throw
That's
you
so cool
for a
because
loop a lot of the
of-
times. Yeah.
A lot of Metroidvanias, you can get through so many like trash mobs just the same way. So it's really cool if you actually have to adapt like all the time to these different enemies.
Yeah, on like first run-ins for most of them, you're going to be dealing it and like backtracking for a little bit. Eventually, I think you'll get powerful enough that in some of the
Mash 'em out.
starter zone areas,
Got it.
you're going to be able to wreck them.
Got it.
They won't be able to put up as much a fight, and plus you have those special attacks. I was playing the demo today, and they give you a few abilities you don't have right at the beginning of the game.
Okay,
and
yeah.
one of them is this cross slash that goes across the screen and knocks back enemies. There were like 2 tougher enemies, and like it basically one shot them. Like, oh, okay. Like I don't know if like that was its default power, but if you save and stack up your stuff, you really can like just annihilate something. And some of these special attacks they're like very cinematic, very over the top. Like the one of them that he does is like just like looks like a nuclear bomb goes off or something. It's like insane. It's like it's a giant explosion.
Awesome.
It's insane. Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, Damiani. I'm so hyped, dude.
Yeah. Hubert? Did you hear about this thing with the pin system, the screenshot thing for places you can't go yet?
No.
It's really freaking sweet. Damiani, explain how that thing works.
So, in a Metroidvania where you come across something and you're like, crap, I can't do that yet. I can't go down that path, or I can't reach that item.
Yeah.
So usually you can just like put down like a marker.
Yeah.
And
Blasphemous 2,
even Hollow Knight.
I used them a lot. I used them a lot in
So-
Blasphemous 2, and I played that last year.
You have normal markers. There's a normal marker system. You have like 100 markers you place, but then there are these things called visions, or something visions. You start with 20 of them. When you leave those, it's like a brighter icon on the map, and when you mouse over and click it, it shows you a screenshot of that immediate like that room. So you can be like, oh, it's that. So you're not like, why did I leave that marker there? I have
That's
like,
good. I
and,
like that. Okay.
So it gives you a little bit more context. So it helps out a lot.
That's pretty sweet.
It definitely helped out a lot.
Yeah. Blasphemous 2 has like different icons. So like I'd put like a treasure chest
Yeah.
if I couldn't get it, or like a hard enemy, like a skull if it was like a hard enemy. But actually, like, because even then, like, even with that symbol, I'd be like, wait, what? There was a chest there? Like, did the power I just get make me able to get the
That's
treasure chest?
it.
Let me go see, and like, oh no, it was something different. Like, yeah, so that's pretty awesome.
That's what this deals with. And yes, that's exactly what I used it for. Is like, I
great.
know it's one of these. Let me look at the photos. Okay, that's clearly I need that power there. I'm going back.
That's sweet.
And yeah, the powers in this game. Like we talked about offensive powers, like the traversal powers. I know you talked about movement earlier. Shout out, you give your shout out to Guacamelee. Like I love like Hollow Knight's movement. This game, like it has air dash, it has double jump, it has like a grappling hook like thing where you can grapple 2 things or pull things to you, like your basics. But the 2 coolest things are being able to make platforms, like toggle platforms basically on command for these certain stretches. And they mix in like hazards and enemies. It gets insane. And on top of that, you also have like this shadow clone thing you can make where you can leave your clone in a spot. And sometimes you have to do like leave it in a certain spot, go do stuff, and then send yourself back. And it can repeat certain actions, but also there are platforming puzzles where you have to use that as well, and it like will make you think. And it's like, what? The ultimate test of this is like there are these statues that you come across where they're going to give you 3 attempts. You have 3 successive attempts to send a version of yourself through like a kind of like a puzzle environment. And you have like a time limit for each. They each have the same amount of time, and you have to reach a goal. But like the first one cannot make it, so you like have to like alternate between hitting switches and shit like that. But it gets way more complicated. With the last one I did, it was like I was on it for like 30 minutes. It's
Holy
like,
crap.
okay, what the heck? I was like, okay. And Shadow Clone was like one of the answers for one of them. And at one point, it wasn't even the main solution. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I gotta use Shadow. Oh my God, this got way more complicated. I was like, I don't think you could do this. And I'm like, oh, can you use your Shadow Clone while? I was like, oh God. I was like, all right. So
Awesome.
there are some fun puzzles in there, but a lot of the hardest ones are optional though. So you don't need to do them if you don't want to.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can't wait, Damiani.
And then you talked about the regular enemy variety, but it seems like there's a lot of bosses just from what I've seen so far.
Frickin' these bosses, man. There's one particular I could talk about. I won't say what it was, but it's a ranged filth fight where they're the ranged filth. And you have to try and get in close on them. And I'm like, so angry at that
So
fight. It
satisfying
was probably
getting
like
in close.
it was the second hardest fight for me because it was just the style of it. I'm like, this is not what I've been used to. I don't like this. I'm like, damn it. I don't want to be patient. I want to run in and do this. I'm like, every time they get you, they know you're going to do it. They're like, you're running in. You weren't supposed to run in then. You're getting punished. I'm like, come on. Just let me get there sooner. And like, they have multiple phases, Huber.
Yeah.
They get like insane. And when you lose, you go back to the start. There's not checkpoint system on them. Like you go back to phase 1 on all these. So you're going to get a little bit far into the fight, die probably, and then, get better at that phase and then move along. And it felt really good to someone like me. It wasn't too overbearing. It wasn't insane. And it felt really good when you finally like beat those fights and like we're learning how to dodge or use your some of them make you use your powers pretty, like you have to be very clever with them. And it felt satisfying. It felt very satisfying to think up the solution and be like, oh, I'm going to try. That's it. Yes. Feels so good to do that. Yeah.
Nice. Anything else, Damiani, you want to talk about before we move on?
I mean, just give it a chance. Probably. I don't think the demo's the best demo. In a Metroidvania, they literally lock you out as you advance to a new area. It won't let you backtrack anymore. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, you need to. Like, so you can't even anyway, whatever. And there's not even a boss fight in it. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just literally just progress. It feels very linear with only one part. You can really go anywhere a little bit different. And it's not even that far of an excursion. And I don't know. It felt kind of like a miss for a demo. So don't judge it maybe based on the demo. Feel how the combat and the traversal and powers feel because they give you a decent amount. If that feels good, then, maybe give the game a chance. And it doesn't really become like a full-fledged Metroidvania until like maybe a few hours into the game when it like kind of like opens up everything to you. Like it's kind of like a more confined in the early hours, but then like it does open up.
Nice.
Got it. Nice. Next up, one that we've been looking forward to for a while.
Yes.
Isla's been able to put some time into preview
hyped.
of Pacific Drive.
God, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
The road light.
Road light.
Oh my.
Yeah, so let me see if I can talk and put B-roll under me without blocking myself. Okay, there we go. I'll just go back here. Haha. Yeah, so this is my B-roll. I captured this. Yeah, I played for, I don't know, three or something hours. Couple of disclosures. I know people who make this game, and I can now say I'm in this game. The credits are in this preview build, and I watched them, and my name is in them, so I'm like, okay, I can say this now. Very small little cameos, on the radio. What's the audible version of blinking? Shut your ears and you'll miss it, but I'm in there. See if you can find me. I don't know, Instagram at me if you hear me in the game when it comes out. But yeah, so obviously up top there are, all the things that you want this game to be good at. It's really good at. The driving feels really good. Like it tells you when your traction control is on or when you're like off balance, and you can really kind of feel that. It's really creepy. It's obviously the vibes. It's scary. It's weird. Being in your car feels very, very like safe. The feeling you get when you're in your car at night and you're warm and snug, but it's like cold and scary outside. Like that's this game on crack. So that's all a huge success.
Nice.
It's very like survival game. It's very there are a lot of controls.
Right. And let's get like some top level of it too. Like you've got this station wagon.
Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest in this place called like the something
Pacific exclusion zone.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So yeah, it's if you're familiar with Annihilation, it's that. It's Area X. It's some weird event has taken place and kind of made this entire area uninhabitable and very dangerous to be in, and usually people can't get in there. In the very, very beginning of the game, you get kind of sucked into it, like intentionally. And yeah, so you're in there and it has like instability of itself. The world and the ground and the trees and the rocks and everything can't maintain its own isness. It's a Heideggerian nightmare in here. The Gestelle is all fucked up. But yeah, like, so you can go in and everything will be all different and weird. And if you're stuck in it, you're like, it hurts you and it messes your car up and everything like that. But you go out on excursions to get parts and to get more salvage and scraps and all that kind of stuff. And then you come back to the base and you can upgrade your car. And upgrading the car feels really satisfactory, and making it kind of your own feels really good. And I imagine later in the game that once you can, like, really tank it out and like paint it. Like I got some paint and some decals and stuff. So like later on you'll see that it's rusted as hell, but like I get like racing stripes on it and it's like kind of a baby blue, it's like, okay, ooh, my little car, and
then like all kinds of like different types of materials and
you have to get
armor and stuff for different types of
metals.
enemies.
Yeah, different sorts of metals. And then you have to upgrade. You have to use a forge in the like main area to get new blueprints, and then once you know though, standard kind of crafting game, survival game sort of progression in that sense. But its strength is its vibes, and that you do grow really attached to your car. Also, there's a dumpster called the Friendly Dumpster that has some kind of like entity living in it, and when you click on it, when you go up to it, it kind of just gives you what it thinks you need in that moment. Like,
they said that like you'll never be in a situation where your car just becomes inoperable. The dumpster will always like give you something that you can use to get back on the road.
Yeah, and within it, it doesn't just fix every problem you've got. Like,
right.
There were a couple of times where it's like, okay, I've got flat tires, but I've got to go back out because I can't fix them right now, One time I think it was a bug, but because it wouldn't let me craft anything. And I was like, well, this is weird, but it's a preview build, and they said that there was some little things like that might happen. But
and a lot of it is like really, like you're talking about, like the working on your car and upgrading your car. And like a lot of it is very kind of physical, visceral stuff. Like I remember when I was at GDC and I played it a little bit, it was like I got in and I'm ready to go and I like hit the gas and like, oh, you have to turn the key.
Yeah, it's very, you have to open and shut the back, hatch thing to get into the trunk. And if you try to close it while you're standing there, it'll bonk you on the head and it won't close,
Right.
And like if your wheel gets damaged, you can feel the handling of the car change. Like your car will shift, it'll lean backward if your back left tire is flat or gone, that kind of stuff is very well done. And yeah, you have to turn the key. You have to put the car in park or it'll start. Like there was once where I was like, I got out of the car and I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab this thing real quick. And I turn around and like, the car's just rolling down a hill, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" It's like, "Come back!" So that's really fun, and it really does feel very physical, which I really like about it.
How does the walking around stuff feel? Because
it's good.
Every time I see it, it's like they get out and like don't go far from the car. Is that usually the case?
Yeah, that is because of one of the chief successes of the game is you don't want to be out of your car.
Yeah, totally.
Like you feel scared when you're out of your car. When you're in your car, you're like, what was that sound? And you're looking around. But when you're out of your car, you're like, oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
And like in the preview portions, I got the impression that it was sort of, I saw some entities and some enemies like, for viewers, there was like a floating kind of drone thing that you could see a second ago, but like there were these floating drones, and one of them latched onto my car at one point and like tried to pull me or pull something off my car, but I just
they'll like,
drove away.
They're little thieves. They'll like steal parts off of your car, or if you have cargo up there, or sometimes they'll just like rip a door off.
Yeah, and then there were like buzzsaws in the ground or things that like little like power transmitters that would pop up and like lightning would shoot between them. The mannequins that kind of just show up are called tourists, and I never saw them move, but I'm pretty sure that I looked away, and then when I looked back, there was some there that weren't there before.
Right.
That kind of stuff is going on.
Classic.
The ground will heave up in front of you sometimes, that kind of stuff. But I get the impression, or at least I assume, that, later on they're going to be like, stuff comes after you if you're out of the car for too long, that kind of stuff. And there's a storm that kind of, especially when you start, because you kind of teleport out of each area at the end and you teleport in. I was a little surprised by that when I started, because I thought I would drive everywhere. And it's kind of a combination, and I assume it's because things maybe move and get randomized or something, I don't know. But like when you leave the garage, you drive to a point and then it says traveling, loading. And then it goes to the place you were going to, or the first leg of your journey. So if you're going somewhere farther away, you'll teleport to that part, like leg 1. You'll have to drive to the next part, and then you'll kind of get transported to the next leg. And then to get back to the garage at the end of that, you need to have glowing orange power thing called like an anchor, I think, stable energy.
Anchors, yeah, that's right.
And you have to put them in your arc device, which is the thing that sits in the passenger seat. And then you have to find and get to this giant glowing pillar that will teleport you back to the garage before the storm that starts destabilizing the area.
Yeah,
So like
it's like the battle royale.
It's like a battle royale.
circle,
Yeah, it's like
Got
the
it.
storm. So like to get out, you have to activate a very quickly moving Eye of the Storm thing, and then you have to race it out to get to the thing. And it was really funny because some of the characters that talked to you, one of them said, she was like, I know that thing looks like hot death, but just drive into it. You'll be fine, probably. And then when you get back, she's like, you lived. Okay. Didn't know if that would work. Yeah, it's those are all the successes. I think it's really good. I think that there are a few things. My issues with the game are things that I think are pretty easily fixed in patches. Main thing, and I've seen other people talk about this too, is like, there's a devastating amount of information on the like menu
the HUDs
screen.
Yeah,
not just up, not like having the HUD in the car like that's all great, but I mean like in the pause menu, in the equipment menu, you go over to the tooltips and there's just like, there's something written about everything, and it's nice when you need it, but I don't want to have to feel like I need to read a lot of that stuff to get things.
Right.
Especially in a preview setting where it's just like, I want to just kind of, go and see what's going on. So there's definitely that. There's like there was one part where the main narrating character said, I'm going to turn these two guys off and, their stuff will just go to your tooltips thing. And I was like, no, I'd rather have them talk to me. So
I'm really thankful for this preview because now I'm like adjusting my vibes of it because it looks like I knew it was going to be like a survival, like pretty intense game, but now it looks like really survivally, really
it's
hardcore.
It's more survival than I expected. It's more simulation-y than I expected.
Yep. And I was expecting that, but this is even like way more than I was expecting.
Which is not
out.
bad.
Yeah. Just different.
Yeah,
sure.
it's. I expected it to be a little lighter on that and a little heavier on like just kind of go get weird like freaky stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll probably get into that, but there's a lot of menu and a lot of controls and a lot of, do I hold RB for this or do I tap RB for this? Do I hit X or do I hold X? The menu stuff is a little clunky. And objectives, another thing I think needs a little attention is that objectives are a little unclear sometimes, or it'll just give you an objective, but it's not exactly clear how to achieve that objective. For example, there was one mission where you had to build an antenna, and I needed stable energy, which is the thing that you get from anchors, and you put it in the arc device in your car, and that's how you teleport, right? And I'm like, okay, I need to grab another one of those giant ball things and bring it back in my car.
Love giant ball things.
Yeah, so I had one, and I was walking around, and it's irradiating me while I'm carrying it.
Right.
And then I can't put it into my inventory. I can't put it into my car, but it's not telling me that. So I'm just like, what's happening? And then when I get, so then I just kind of put it into the Arc device. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just have charge. And then I left. And then when I got back, the thing had the energy it needed. And I'm like, oh, okay, the car just has to be charged with that. And that's enough, But the game didn't specify that. It was just like, fix the antenna, use the forge. But the forge is like, I need stable energy. And I'm like, okay, kind of in that regard. And then, so it's like, it's not really a big deal, but it's just kind of a little unclear. Sometimes stuff on the to-do list is a little unclear too, where it's like, put all your stuff in the garage storage. But it had just given me a box from the friendly dumpster. And I'm like, okay, so I put everything in that box, but it's like, put everything in garage storage. And I was like, I just put it in the box you gave me right after you told me to do that. Is that not what you want me to do? Just little things like that, but these are easily, I think, massageable.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
hyped.
all in all, like, yeah, it's super hyped. And like, if you like taking your time and doing survival stuff in a creepy, weird fiction environment, and especially if you like feeling like one with your vehicle, you're gonna love this game. A fun little kind of narrative hook that I always like when games do this, when like kind of your experience mirrors the experience in the game. They say that they're theorizing maybe that your car is a remnant or whatever, like some kind of, is that what they call it? Whatever. It's like an AO. What is it from Control? Like an altered item.
Like an object of power.
Object
kind of
of power. Your car is basically an object of power.
Sick.
And they're like, yeah. So anyone who's in this zone and encounters one of these objects, they sort of like glom onto each other, and it always 100% of the time ends up driving the person completely insane.
Hell yeah.
Like you get more and more obsessed, and then you go insane, and they're like, yeah, that's probably gonna happen to you. And it's like you do start feeling more like close and ownership of your car as you start to like personalize it, So I'm kind of like, that's kind of a funny way to sort of narratively kind of state that you're getting obsessed with your vehicle, kind of.
Yeah, from
it's
what
cool.
you said and then what I've played myself, it feels like there's that obsession there, but it's like you kind of maybe have to get over the hump of like just everything feeling kind of overwhelming. Of like, okay,
Like Darkest Dungeon.
I think, like this game had a higher learning curve than I expected it to. I expected you to just jump in and drive and see weird stuff and like put new parts in your car. And I almost kind of appreciate that it's harder core, because for the people who put in the work up front to learn the systems and learn the controls and, kind of get through all of that stuff, once you're in the kind of loop of it and that stuff becomes second nature, I think it will be really rewarding, and that the complexity of the systems will actually really be able to support a more nuanced and complicated gaming experience on the whole. So yeah, there's a lot more depth to it than I expected. It's just like up top in a 4-hour preview, it's like my whole experience of the game is learning the game, So now I'm like, right when the demo kind of ended, and it said, you can keep playing, but you won't make story progress, and this doesn't carry over, So I played for another like 40 minutes, but then I was like, okay, cool. I definitely think that now that I know it better, I'll have a lot more fun with it. So high learning curve, but great time once you get past it.
Get ready for those late night streams. Chat.
Yeah.
That's the
Nice.
one. That's
Sick.
the one. All night. Pacific Drive.
Yeah, at night, midnight.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
Yup.
But yeah, that's coming out end of February, the 22nd. PC and PS5.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Next up, fun little thing I want to do, because I want to think about, like we were saying, like stuff that's not just preview, review, kind of like current in the headline stuff.
Current
things that we
events.
talk about. I don't know if you guys caught it. a lot of people might have avoided it or just not knew it happened. But I did this series called Bloodworth Zelda Diaries.
Yes.
And I've been back into Zelda because I still haven't finished it, put a ton of time into it. But I explore, I go all over the place, I mess around with things. And yeah, that series I was basically just telling stories of my adventures, and so I got some more stories to tell as my my jacket gets grabbed. Yeah, so I've been now like kind of like wrapping up like the last like main area in terms of like they give you like 4 corners of the map to go to essentially. So I've been in I did the Gerudo main quest and temple and all that stuff there. And so now after that, like you're more free to explore the desert. Mm-hmm. There's this hilarious thing that happened. So there's this quest where this like archaeologist has you like put these orbs into different statues. So there's like 7 orbs scattered around. Go find the orbs, bring them back, put them in the statues, and then that will lead the way to some 8th rumored statue or whatever that you find out about it on these stones beforehand. So I'd already found.
Collect the Dragon Balls, bud.
What's that?
Collect the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. So after you do the main quest line there with the temple, there's a seal. That's this sand seal named Patricia, and if you give it these fruit, it'll like give you coordinates to things, and nobody knows what the coordinates are for. And so like then I'm like out, and I wrote them down, but I was like out doing other stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll go see if I can find those coordinates. And I'm going around. It's like, this is in the town, and like I go to the coordinates. They're like, oh, this is where one of the orbs was. And then so I like went back to the seal and it's like, oh, there's another set of coordinates. So that's showed me where one of the other things was. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So anyways, I get all of these balls, and it opens up a thing, and there's a bigger orb inside. And the researcher's like, oh yeah, I think there's like another like a big statue or something like in the North Ruins. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, so I just did this other quest where I took these people over, to a place that had 7 huge statues that look very much like the 7 small statues. So like, okay, so I get the big orb, I take it onto like a sand seal sledge, and the thing is so big and heavy that like the seal can't go at max speed, and if I get on like a dune at the wrong angle, it kind of flips over. So it's like it gets me a little work to get out there, and I get to where these big statues are, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking at the orb, and I'm looking at the statues, and I'm like, where does this thing go? Trying to figure it out. And I look at my map. I'm not at the North Ruins. I'm at the East Ruins.
Oh my goodness.
And the funniest part, Hubert, is that like there's literally a tunnel from where you pick up the orb to the North Ruins.
Oh my god!
And I had to like circle basically the whole day. I went to the wrong place.
That's hilarious. That's good, Blood. Blood lost on the tracks.
Yeah, there's another. Trying to find. Sorry, I think my mouse battery might have died.
You got battery issues tonight.
Yeah, we got battery issues.
What's going on?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
There's some kind of EMP interference.
I just remember the wagon ones where you have to escort the musicians, the troop, and having to come up with those crazy solutions. And like one of the last ones, like in the snow area, I messed it up so many times because of like a dumb bump on a hill kept causing it to flip over because I just made the wagon really poorly. Like all I did, like literally just had to take 5 seconds to like redo the wagon or whatever, and then it went up much more smoothly. But those were, I was like, oh come on, like each time, and he like flew close to like a Gleeok, an ice Gleeok. I was like, oh boy, they knew what they were doing here. They knew what they were doing.
I think I managed to kill that guy before I did that quest or something like that. But yeah.
Ah, nice.
There's a couple of other fun things right there in the town. There's a class where, because in the Gerudo town, like they're separated, like there's no men allowed in the town except for you. And there's a class where the girls learn how to talk to men, and so you can volunteer to be like their guinea pig.
That's funny.
And then There's also a thing that I think was really cool. It's just like, oh yeah, and the reason I brought that up is because like it's not like a named quest.
Yeah.
It's not like a thing on a list that you check off. It's like you go up to them and
Love
you can
that
do
stuff.
this thing, and
More of that,
if you want to,
please.
you can. If
Yeah.
not, whatever. But there's another thing similar to that ties back to earlier quest, which is how like they have the day-night cycles and all of that stuff. So there's this girl Madison who comes from Terrytown.
Classic.
So it's like in Breath of the Wild, like
Yeah.
her parents got married or whatever, and then
Yeah.
you meet the little girl in this,
Nice.
and there's a whole quest line and stuff with her. But like now, now that I went to the Gerudo town later,
Mm-hmm.
she's there, she's learning how to be a Gerudo, and she's running around with this other little girl, and so it's kind of fun because it's like, at one time a day, like the girl is showing her this thing, at another time of day, like she's showing the girl that the balloon that she rode in on, and just like seeing again, like just these characters having their little routine running around that town, but that's only something that you see like the cause and effect, after you've already done that other quest. So it's kind of cool to see them.
That is cool.
And then a couple nights later, I was pretty much done with like all the named side quests there. I was like figuring out just like what else did I want to maybe see in the desert before I like move on to main quest stuff. And I realized I hadn't been to the Yiga hideout,
Nice.
and there's a whole fun thing there for like basically you had to do a whole bunch of other stuff on the maps and get like an outfit to get in for them to let you in.
Hell yeah. Disguise.
Yeah. And then there's like dudes in there selling weapons and vehicles and stuff like that. But there's also like a thing there, like a little challenge thing that will like get you a legit like new ability. And I'm like,
Nice.
I was not expecting that.
Very cool.
Yeah. And it's a kind of thing that's like you don't even really like know to go there unless, you're just like curious.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what's over there?
That's the best.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. Just explore.
So yeah, I don't know. There's a thing. And that's kind of thing. It's like if we're playing something like Zelda or Baldur's Gate or whatever, we're just like, hey, this is what I did this week.
Yeah.
Just tell some stories.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Catching
going
up.
to talk
bud.
about Warframe for 1 hour next week.
Yeah.
Gear up, everybody.
Nice. We got more to come, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe and ring that bell on YouTube. And leave a review if you're on one of those podcast apps. It helps us and it helps you stay connected. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your own online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. I love that Shopify is, no matter how big you are and how big you want to grow, Shopify has something for you at every step of the way, and they help you take control of your business and take it to the next level. They're really there for you, whether you're tiny or huge. They've got you covered. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, and Shopify's the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/allies, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/allies now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/allies.
And if you are a patron of Easy Allies, thank you. All right, Huber.
Yo,
You told me the other day you've been playing Liza P.
so much Liza P.
Did you finish yet?
At the very end.
Very end. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So what you up to? What you thinking? I know we talked about
Dude,
this a
Liza
little
P is
bit.
one of my favorite games of 2023.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not even kidding around. I've played a lot of Souls clones. This is the best Souls clone. Straight up. I'm ready to say it right now. I'm not even done with the game. This is the absolute best clone of a Souls game I've ever played. It's so fun. I think the reason is, first of all, the visuals are friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that game looks good and sounds good, which is super important. But then also the cast of characters. There's actually interesting characters in this game, from like big supporting characters to like really, really small 1 or 2 off side characters as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. Like, so much of your memory of Souls games is like combat and bosses, and also those characters that really make the world unique. And Liza P absolutely has all that stuff. Combat's really, really good. Like, the progression and everything is really fun. Really fun, unique weapons. I have like a big pipe wrench, but you can also like combine the head of a weapon and like the handle of a weapon. So I put like my big pipe wrench on like a small baton. So I have just like this big wrench head like on this baton. I'm just like whacking things.
Yeah, I think I was going with something. I think I was going with some electricity stuff the last time I played.
Yeah.
I've hopped in and out of this a couple of times,
It's
and I
incredible.
do definitely want to play more. But it's been
Unbelievable. I love the hub. The hub is in the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler. It's like a hotel.
Yes.
The hotel is your hub, and it is freaking amazing to come back to every single time. There's also a lying mechanic, and I love not looking anything up because I have no effing clue what this will do in the long time. I have no idea. I'm at like the end of the game now, and I'm like, dude, what are these lies adding up to? I have no idea, so don't tell me, because
So wait, lie or die actually means something?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
it's
Because I
insane.
thought that was so stupid.
Yeah, no, and then it does
love
say
it 'cause
something about your
Lie or
humanity
die.
or something
There's
when you do it.
There's
afterwards.
something. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I
then-
felt, but so Huber, I felt like the times that I've done it, that I pretty much had to lie, or that lying was sort of my beneficial or best option in this situation. Have you
mean,
felt that way, or have you had
no,
more
there are
variation?
times when I'm like, it's the best, because there's times where I'm like, dude, I don't lie. I want to tell the truth. What the hell? But then they'll give you some freaking sob story NPC who's like, please just like do my dying wish. Tell me this. And it's like, okay, I can lie to make this person feel better, or I can tell the truth and be an asshole. This person's like about to friggin' die.
Right.
So like, all right, I'm gonna lie here, I guess.
Yeah.
So like really cool moments like that.
Yeah, there's this thing that happens like afterwards where like you hear like something inside your body, like these gears start turning or whatever. Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't
So
know what
have
it's
no
up.
idea.
What's
I
up
don't
with
know. I don't know. I love it though.
Yeah.
Again, really, really cool bosses. And it's a single player game. I love insane bosses. I have no problem grinding a boss like 10 times in a row in a Souls game.
Oh.
Like, shout out Nameless King.
That's an easy boss.
Oh yeah.
for
No.
me.
No, super easy boss.
I go
Super
back to
easy.
those guys a lot.
Yeah. I love grinding a boss out, but I think the change in here is really nice for players who don't like that, because a lot of complaints with Souls games for people are like, yo, I love everything like exploring and fighting and leveling up, but then I get to a boss that I'm on like 10 or 20 times and it's really annoying. You can just summon specters in this game. That's like the equivalent of a phantom.
Yeah.
And it's just easy mode. It's just like, yo, it's 2-on-1 now or whatever, and you can just like wreck any boss. So I think that's really smart for people to get into these types of games. It's been pretty chill difficulty as well. I don't think it's like, Elden Ring, even Elden Ring was like more accessible because you could like go so many different routes. But like some criticisms of like, Lords of the Fallen and even Dark Souls and Bloodworth for people are like, yo, it's like I get to a part and it's so hard.
Right.
Like, so I think there's really smart systems here to make that a lot easier for people. And that's just mainly the Spectre mechanic. I will say the only thing that's like semi half baked is the grinding of your weapon.
Yeah.
Your weapon has like durability, and it goes down when you hit, but then you can just grind it to get it back up, which is you have unlimited of.
Yeah, but
So it's like, okay, as long as you're just like watching that at all, like it's just there to be there.
there's some times where like
So-
it can kind of play into like a boss fight, and it's like then you need to like
As
find a
you-
little window.
You
But yeah,
know when a boss is coming, and as long as you just top off before any boss, it's just never a thing. It just is a little half baked.
Right.
There are special grindstones where you can get like fire or like acid or something, and you can only use those once unless you upgrade it. You can use it twice. Those are really good. So you will have to like bust that out in a boss fight, which is really cool. And just really fun enemies, like all the friggin' psycho puppets everywhere, like freakos. I got some Last of Us vibes in some places. Like this game is incredible, and I'm not even done with it, and I'm already like hyped as hell for the DLC they announced. I don't know what it is, but they announced some DLC
Right.
and a sequel, both in development. Like we always want new IPs. Everyone's always like new IPs, new IPs. This is it. This is one of the best new IPs of the year, hands down, no question. I'm obsessed with Lies of P. Love this game.
yeah, I'm starting to remember some of the things from when I had played it, and I think one of the things that stood out to me was sort of the rhythmic stuff of it, and so it's like there's obviously like a lot of Bloodborne influence
Definitely
here,
Bloodborne,
but I
definitely.
also feel a fair amount of Sekiro.
For sure.
Like there are times when you're just like parry, parry, parry,
Yeah.
parry, parry, parry.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's
You
like,
get- and you get your-
and it feels really good, like the rhythm of it when you actually get those down.
100%. Yeah, because the parries are like pretty tough to pull off in this. Like I find them easier in Sekiro actually to parry. But the parry is in this, and then that'll make it so like the enemy won't take any damage at all. Because if you block, it'll take some damage away, but then you can like kind of get it back, like get your health
Yeah.
back a little bit. But the parry, and then parry too. It also like you don't lose any stamina from blocking, so it's like really clutch to get some of those parries. But then you have your freaking robot arm, which you can swap in and out. There's a bunch of different ones of those. There's like a flamethrower one. There's like a shield one, which is really cool because like if you upgrade it enough, you can like block an attack and it explodes, and then you can like take the explosion kind of and like leap at the enemies. There's one where you can like pull enemies close or like zip to them. Like there's some really cool robot arms, and the electricity one's really awesome. You get that like really early. That's kind of one of the first ones you get. It takes a long time to charge up, but if you release it, like you're charging up this like electrical Chidori type thing,
Yeah.
and it's like boom. Like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one that I've been
So
leaning
awesome.
on the most. Yeah.
game's bloody as hell. There's corpses everywhere. It's freaking awesome to look at. The VO's amazing. Game is incredible. I'm obsessed. 10 out of 10. Straight up. Holy crap. Played like 30 hours of this in like 3 or 4 days, just nonstop.
Nice.
Yeah. So good.
Damiani, have you played any of that yet?
I have not been able to play any of it, but
it's so
everyone loves this game.
Yeah, it's so good.
I saw someone call it like the most approachable Souls-like. Like
Yeah.
it's like
No doubt.
yeah.
No doubt. And I think it's because of those specters, honestly. And it's like you're never getting lost. The shortcuts are like really friendly shortcuts. The game eases you in for a long time before you get to some Blighttown bullshit. Like it takes
Nice.
a while to get there. Yeah, just really friendly. Really. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you die and you can like get your souls back too. So there's still a little bit of that. But it also like leveling up is really chill too. Like that. Like every time you level up one, obviously the price of the next one goes up. But it goes up really slowly, I feel like. And there's a lot of resources to upgrade your weapons. Because sometimes in these games, too, I'll get, like, really hyper-focused on one weapon. And it's like, well, I want to try other ones, but, like, I don't have the resources to try other stuff. They give you a lot of resources to just be able to
Nice.
try some stuff out. Yeah. So fun. Oh, my God.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that my mouse is dead. Next up, usually there's not a lot I would say out of CES, but there's some funny things that happened during the Sony CES press conference.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, some interesting things and some funny things as well, but it's just like, they're just up there, they're, you get your console warriors, and it's like just a thing that will blow their minds, because like Sony's press conference, they're talking about Nintendo, they're talking about Microsoft, all these
Yeah.
people working together. So they gave when they're talking about films and stuff, they give some brief updates that writing on God of War and the Horizon TV series has started.
Yeah.
So those guys are moving along.
If someone doesn't, I'm saying it right now, if somebody doesn't get ripped in half in God of War the show, fail. That's it. That's the bare minimum right there.
Yeah. They showed a brief glimpse of Gravity Rush
Nice.
in there. It's like quick little shots of that.
Nice. Damiani's pumped.
And then
It's live action, right? It didn't.
Yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was also low quality. The image I saw. I don't want a live action Gravity Rush. So I was like,
yeah, it
Get
was
on
one of
board
those
for
things
this,
where
yeah.
it's like one of these quick,
Here's the
like
thing.
lots of motion blur shots. So it's like I don't even know how to judge this right now.
Let me counter this.
Yeah.
Let me counter this, Damiani. Let me counter this right now. Because same thing was going on with Zelda being live action. Everyone wants like animated or something. It's like, yo, a video game is already that. Like, if we're going to adapt it, let's make it live action because it's dramatically
Don.
different. It's so different. Like I would rather just
disagree.
play the game than watch an anime adaptation of the game I just played, right? No?
because anime has so many. It's very wide umbrella. There's a lot of different art styles under that, so you can get something completely more exaggerated that like can be even more fantastical, over the top, or nonsensical, or more nuanced and more refined. And I do think when it comes to expression in trying to capture what is done in most video games and most animated features, live action is a little bit more restrictive. I just
Definitely.
feel like
100%.
and the other part of it is I would be more open to and receptive to, like, especially like live action Zelda, if they said it was gonna be like a show, a series, because now it's like one probably 2 hour ish, 90 to 2 hour ish
Yeah.
movie that's live action trying to do all this stuff, and like, so it's a double whammy of I don't know if they're gonna be. It's so difficult to capture that visual aesthetic and translate it into live action. And two, it's gonna have enough time to really develop. Whereas like Mario, even sans it being like CG, they came up with a very nice concept with that. I think that works because Mario is quirky. It's, it can be goofy, comical. It goes all this place. I mean, they could technically, I guess, do that with Zelda, but in live action, that's gonna be weird as shit. And I don't think it's gonna work. It might have worked if they did like animated, but to me, that's kind of off the table now. So this is where all these concerns come from, that I just don't have the highest expectations for this Zelda project, but still amazing to hear it be said at a Sony press conference. Like,
yeah. What
what a world.
it was quick humor, but
Yeah.
what he said, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida, we're also excited about another IP expansion, the adaptation of Nintendo's game franchise, The Legend of Zelda. This live-action film will deliver an amazing tale of adventure and discovery.
Nice.
Like the most nothing
nice, like,
statement,
yeah.
but just to hear it there, yeah.
Please be excited for the experience. Just like, okay.
But the other thing I wanted to bring up here, this weird Patapon thing
Patapon.
that shows up
Patapon.
while they're talking about the movies and other stuff and Gravity Rush.
Love Patapon.
And there's like, and they don't reference it. It just comes up on screen.
Weird.
And they showed like the older Patapon footage,
Top
and then
10
they
handheld
showed
games of all
this
time.
weird cursed Patapon footage. Like, I don't know
looks
what's
cool.
going on here. It looks like something that was made in dreams thrown into an Assassin's Creed Valhalla map.
Oh, geez. Here we
Like-
go.
I mean, it does have that sort of claymation like weirdness to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was AI generated. You never know now. Good lord.
Oh,
Well, they then the last shot they showed was basically the same scene, but like on somebody's workstation in like a 3D modeling program. So
Nice. The BioWare thing.
Yeah. Dev Diary, maybe.
Yeah. BioWare's
BioWare
wheelhouse.
special.
but it's just such a weird shift, like aesthetically. It just, you're going from like a very specific 2D art style to whatever this is.
Yeah.
When the original creators are out there making Ratatan, the
Yeah.
spiritual successor,
You're right.
and still, like, we don't know what this is. Like, it says
Yeah.
IP development, gaming/anime, and like, okay, well, this looks sort of like a game, but it looks like a kind of a budget game, which
Yeah.
Patapon was never like that
Yeah.
expensive, high budget or anything. But it's like, I don't know what to make of this. It's weird.
I mean, I like that Patapon is going to get a second life. I mean, that was that
Right.
generation, and then it went away.
But
Like
do
nobody
you-
ever talks about Patapon. Patapon's fucking
the
sick.
thing that I worry about though is that like this somehow, like now that if they end up out around the same time, like if they end up getting like weirdly comparison or one eats
Yeah.
the lunch of the other one or whatever. Yeah.
It's kind of weird that we're in an era now where like the original devs go make the spiritual successor because the people who owned the IP weren't doing it, but then that gets
Yup.
hype, and then the
Yup.
people
Right.
who own the IP like. So like the original thing is the Me Too thing, like oh yeah, us too. It's so weird.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, we basically just had this with Callisto Protocol and Dead Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The timing on that is
Yes.
insane.
Yeah.
Or like Ayuden Chronicles, and then they announced the remakes of Suikoden. You
Yeah.
know, it's just like what?
And yet they got the artists to do both.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that one is interesting because it's like both. Everybody seems on board with all of it, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm into it.
And then towards the end of this, they drove a car out on stage using a PS5 controller.
This is insane.
Clarified that this is just for demo purposes, but they did it.
This is so unsafe. I have a fucking 6-month-old controller already has drift. Like, get out of here. Get out of my face, Sony.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, dude.
God.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Get out of here.
Gabby and I did the 1-2
Talk
punch
it up.
on Twitter on that, but yeah.
Oh my God.
But this is coming from Sony Honda Mobility. The prototype is called Afila. Quote, a canvas for innovation and entertainment. The thing is packed full of AI sensors and entertainment screens. All kinds of partners on this. Polyphony Digital, Epic Games, Microsoft. There is... so this shot... Oh, go back one. This shot here, there's like this AR thing going on. It's like
It's like
Pokemon,
Pokemon Go, but
in your car. Yeah.
Who is this for?
Is insane.
driver?
Yeah, I
This is
mean,
apocalyptic, dude. Holy
They want you to
shit.
drive more. Keep driving and find the game stuff.
yeah, now look at the next one. Next one's Fortnite going across the whole dashboard
Are you
for
kidding
everybody.
me?
And then
This
I mean, I
is
do
so
like
bleak.
I do like the wraparound screen like that. There's a
This is
Mercedes
bleak.
that has that, and it's pretty cool.
and then the next one they show Spider-Verse stuff, so you see the back seat as well. Screen's
Oh,
back there
yeah.
too.
Dude, Ready Player One's gonna be real in like 10 years. Like, jack in, dude. Everybody, get ready to just jack in.
Yeah.
These
So-
giant monitors just hanging out. Like, you're gonna hit those all the
yeah,
time.
those don't look right. It's not very ergonomic or
Yeah.
they're not put in there very well. I don't
Also,
know.
like it just harkens back to the time where like we had a DVD player in our station wagon, right? That like was built in, and the screen would come down, you know.
Yeah.
And that was sick at the time, but it's like we've moved past that because everyone has phones.
But
and
that's
devices.
the thing, Isla. That's the thing they're talking about. Is it's like a seamless digital experience from your digital profile on your phone and stuff, and then in your car, it just continues.
I yearn for seams. Seams are the only time I get to like be free and move on to another thing. Like the only time I escape and forget about my fucking life is in the seams.
They're talking about revolutionizing how people move, making mobility interactive and expressive. They also said leveraging the connection between real and virtual worlds.
Oh my God.
In your car, I don't want that.
No.
I don't want people in the virtual world in
Wow.
their car.
This
on the road.
upsets me. I'm upset.
They said, yeah. They also said move and connect in space
Yeah.
of 2 sentences there.
I can't seam out there.
The one thing they did show that was kind of actually did seem kind of interesting and helpful, but like to a very limited degree, because this thing's got all kinds of like LiDAR and radar and stuff coming out of it, is they were showing like a thing with like the real world shot of like a really like bright sun in your face and like a really dark thing, and then they showed like AR enhanced so that like you could see like, oh, okay, this person in a dark hoodie walking across the street is like bright yellow in your dash, so you like know that there's something there or a truck
Oh, okay.
there or an obstacle there. It's
That's
like, oh, that could
actually
be
functional,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just like
but then they put the like giant monster Godzilla thing on the screen like Pokemon Go.
it's just like wait till you're home to watch something. I don't know. It's so crazy to me. Like, wait until you can't wait like 30 minutes or an hour and a half, depending on your commute.
I mean, it makes total sense if it's for your passengers, but the fact that they show it
Have a
in
conversation
front of the driver,
with your real life passengers.
Well,
Be in the real world for a minute.
It's for little kids. It's for little kids in the back. Like
Little
that's
kids,
because you
tell
need
me
to keep
about
them
your
distracted.
day to day.
You don't know little kids nowadays. They don't do that. And plus parents probably want the seam time.
It's like an advanced version of
They
Punch
definitely
Buggy or
want when the kids are not screaming. You probably like that's living in the seams for parents probably.
So then Microsoft comes out, Jessica Hawk from Microsoft, and here come all the tech buzzwords rolled into one presentation. They are helping with the AI. There's generative AI involved in this somehow, and talking about it's like one of the funniest things that she was talking about is like we're used to having voice commands in our car now, and I'm like, we are. I'm not. I don't have voice commands in my car.
we are used to that, yeah.
But
The royal we.
But this is a conversational AI. It's like full Knight Rider. Like
There you
Yo,
go.
sick.
Conversations, Huber.
I say
Conversation with the
please.
AI. How was your day, AI?
I say please and thank you to my devices, you know.
engaging and hyper-personalized customer experiences provided by generative AI and cloud-scale computing. Bring your digital life into the vehicle with you. The state-of-the-art AI service helps detect and they was going like through a lot of time to talk about how safe this is and all the safeguards that there's people and stuff that are working on making sure that AI is safe. The state of the AI
Skynet, dude. Look at it.
This state-of-the-art AI service helps detect and filter harmful AI-generated content in applications and services, which is creating a safer online environment
That
and
sounds
a much
like-
more enjoyable in-vehicle experience.
That sounds like Ultron, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because they talk about as like these are all the safe. We're making sure and designing everything so they'll be safe. But I'm like, but what about you built the platform and you've like made the foundation, and then what about the next guy that doesn't care about that? Like now they know how to do this stuff, but it's like, well, what if we want it to be unsafe? What if we want to hijack you in your car?
Oh my god.
Like I don't know.
Crazy.
I might be old man yelling at cloud on this one, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I love the like that we work in tech and talk about games and technology constantly, and then this happens. You guys are just like suddenly Luddites. You're just like, no.
I don't know. Yeah, I love tech. I have no problem with like advancements in tech and stuff, but like there's also times when you should be in the real world and communicating with people like in real life. And I think driving,
Yeah, I mean, you should watch the road for sure.
like watch the road and just like be present, be there. This seems like such a distraction where there doesn't need to be one. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm sure this goes along with like autonomous driving or whatever. But even then, like you're supposed to be watching the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so far from that, though. Like,
All right. Some other quickies, fun little things that got announced at CES. The Claw.
The Iron Claw, 10 out of 10 movie. Don't skip.
You mean like the Jim Carrey movie where he does
the claw's coming to get you. The claw's coming
The
at
Claw
you.
from Toy Story?
The Claw. Yeah,
This is basically
The
another.
Claw in Inspector Gadget?
yeah, that's what. Yeah, there we go.
This is basically another Steam Deck competitor. So there's
Yeah.
every laptop maker, they're coming out with these now. This one's from MSI.
I've got an MSI laptop. That thing still works,
Yeah.
Nice.
This is why Nintendo's getting that Switch 2 this year. They're not taking this anymore.
Competition.
Well, no, I was telling
like-
Don. I think this is the new competition to the gaming laptop space. I don't really.
Yeah.
It's still way above Switch in terms of pricing.
Switch 2 is coming in under all this, but this is actually helping them because now they know where to put that price point so they can undercut everybody and still be like the budget lowest.
Yeah.
Switch is always going to have something these will never have, and that's Mario and Zelda
Yeah.
and others.
These are going to come 3 models that launch from $699 to $799. Starting with 512 gigabytes of memory and a 7-inch screen. And then, you got Windows 11.
It's legit.
Hall effect triggers and joysticks.
Hall effect?
Hall effect.
Hall effect.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
To be honest, I can't explain it to you off the top of my head.
Hollow effect?
Hall
Like when
effect.
Riker hung out with Minuet.
A Hall effect sensor or a Hall sensor or Hall probe is any sensor incorporating one or more Hall elements, which produce a voltage proportional to. Well, okay, whatever.
Okay.
They're used for proximity sensing, positioning, speed detection, and current sensing
What
applications.
about hit detection?
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, they got some macro
Don't need to
keys
get
and
too
stuff
far
in
into
there that
that,
you can program. And then there's some AI engine that adjusts all your system settings automatically based on
Whoa.
what you're playing. So that's a little wild.
So I can blame that on hit detection.
The AI got my hit detection wrong.
The next one, Huber, the Mega 95.
There's another one?
Another one. This is a Genesis.
Whoa, yeah.
Portable.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yo, all
Plays
right, I'm
original
listening now.
carts and has a docking station. So
I'm
you can put them
listening.
on TV too. This is a 5-inch screen, 10-hour battery life. You can plug it looks like original controllers from those slots
Shut
into it.
up.
No price or release date yet, but they've done a Super Nintendo one that's $120.
Yo.
And they already have
Comic Zone, brutally difficult game. Yeah. Brutally difficult.
they already have like a home one that's not portable that goes for $50 too.
What?
Yeah. So
Is Don aware of this?
Don, are you aware of this? Yes.
Why have you been holding that on me, dude?
The bottom fine print. Look at the fine print.
Look at the fine print.
What is
Model is a prototype and does not represent the retail version.
well, that one is, but
But the other
I don't
one.
know what fine
What's
print.
wrong with
What's
that,
Don
Don?
talking
Fine
about?
print there.
Don, it's fine. He's mad that it's a prototype.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
right.
Well, yeah. What cartridges do you have left that you would want to pop into this thing?
I have a lot.
Yeah.
I got my Rocket Knight Adventures that comes to mind. I got my Mickey Mania. Got my Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh,
Got my
that's-
Mortal
That's one that
Kombats.
probably won't get a re-release. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. The stuff that you have
Yeah.
that they probably won't put on a collection that you'd want
Sick.
something like this for.
Hell yeah, dude.
Don wants you to know that he has Amazing Spider-Man with a ripped label.
Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent. That's what you want.
Yes.
That authenticity.
Authenticity. Yeah.
Too cool. Oh, I got my Road Rash 2.
Aw.
Yes.
You got columns, bro.
I got my Skitchin, Isla.
Skitchin, dude. I'm coming over. I'm coming over when this
Yeah.
thing comes out.
Yeah, because columns they put that on everything. Anytime, like Sego put that out every other year.
But yeah, but it's not the same, dude. Doesn't hit right.
Wild.
And then the last one of these is the 400 Mini. We'll get to that later, Huber. The 400 Mini is this is one of those like, I'm guessing like European PC systems that I just don't know anything about. A modern day mini recreation of the pioneering home computer that first appeared in 1979. This is going to launch March 28th for $120 as well.
Damn. Is Jones pumped?
I don't know if Jones knows anything about this.
Jones, are you pumped?
I have no idea. Comes with 25 games, including Berserk, Boulder Dash, Capture the Flag, Lee, Millipede, Miner 2049er, Missile Command, Mule, Star Raiders 2, and Yoomp.
What was that marble one?
Yoomp. Marble?
Lee?
I just saw a marble.
Boulder Dash, probably.
Boulder Dash. Sick.
Yeah.
The earliest marble game I played was Marble Madness, obviously on NES, but
Obviously.
that looked
yeah.
like Marble Madness vibes.
Yeah,
I wanna play that.
and it does some of the modern features like save states and rewind. It's about half the size of the original thing, and it emulates the whole 8-bit Atari range from the 400 to the 800 XL and the Atari 5200 console.
Damn. It's
Uh,
130, you said?
120,
Nice.
and then it has also the ability for players to sideload their own games via USB stick.
Whoa.
So you can drop that stuff in there too. And then
That seems really cool, Blood.
it says with support for cartridge, disc, and cassette ROMs.
Wow.
So
That's legit.
So it's already a European system.
right. Yeah, it does either 50 hertz or 60 hertz.
Oh, I was just talking about hacking ROMs into it.
Oh.
Very legit.
You can put a keyboard on there, other joysticks, USB ports are on there. Fun
Nice.
stuff. Also this week, let's get the bad news out of the way. A lot more layoffs. 2024 picking up right where 2023 left off. Bossa Studios laid off about a third of their team, about 19 people. Unity is and Bossa Studios, if you're not familiar, they're I Am Bread, I Am Fish. They're
Yeah.
working on that
Oh.
crazy Sky Islands game. Unity, biggest layoff from them yet, 1,800. Huge.
Kind of saw that coming, I guess.
Yeah, after all the
Their big
controversy
snafu.
last year. That's a real big hit. Twitch just laid off 500 people.
Ick.
Yeah. And that was the thing that was like, we're built for the company that we think we'll be 3 years from now, but not the company that we are today. Like some statement like that.
What?
So it'll be run by AI and no one will work there in 3 years.
No, it's like they were like, I guess they're basically saying that they overestimated.
Probably record profits last year, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm willing to bet my friggin' life on it. They had record profits last year.
And then Discord similarly laid off 170 people, saying that, like, yeah, they overhired, and now, yeah, they have to readjust. In better news, just announced Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age coming
Nice.
to Switch Online expansion pack next week, January 16th.
Great gets.
Yeah.
Because those were Game
Yes.
Boy
Advance.
Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are like one of the things where
Can't
like
wait.
the previews were like, what, this is on a portable?
Yeah.
Because
that's
they
sweet.
look like freaking PlayStation RPGs.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
amazing. The Golden Sun games were probably the number one games I always picked up at GameStop to just look at the box. Should I get this? Should I buy this right now?
Right.
Oh, I'll come back to it. I got a lot of other things. Never went back, dude. It was always I'd always like see that box.
Next Thursday at noon, the Xbox Developer Direct.
Yeah.
That is, they actually gave us more than a week's heads up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay.
Would imagine that. It's
Yeah.
not happening tomorrow.
We get to plan it.
There's the Indiana Jones game from
Yes.
Machine Games. Going to get a first look at that.
How many whips will be cracked right now, Blood? How many whips? You have to hear the crack.
3.
3 cracks?
Three.
Damiani, how many whips?
Damn it.
Right now,
I
go.
was gonna say 3. 4.
4. Isla.
They took mine. I'll go
you can-
one. Dramatic one right at
Okay.
the end.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
Okay. I'm saying
about you?
7. 7
Yeah,
whip
hell yeah.
cracks.
7 whip cracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gabby, how many whip cracks? 2, she says.
Don?
Don's not in the room
Damn it.
currently.
Okay.
I'll ask him later.
Okay.
Some people have been sleuthing around on domain names and copyright stuff.
Yeah.
They think it's going to be called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
The Great Circle. Will Short Round be in this game?
Ooh.
He fucking better be. I'm tired of this. I'm so tired
Get
of Short
Key to
Round.
play him like as an adult? That'd be kind of cool.
Like Short Round being in one and done is insane. That he did not come back for either of the new ones. That
He
is
was in
insane.
some of the
Especially when he's
games,
like
but yeah.
effectively the son, like Jones's son that he actually
Yeah,
likes.
it upsets me.
Yeah.
I was somewhere and they just had the newest one playing on the background, and it reminded me of the whole. I was like, I got triggered all over again. I was like, why was Short Round not in this movie?
We're going to get to see also Avowed from Obsidian.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, get a good look at that. One I don't know as much about, Ara History Untold. This is from Oxide Games, who are veterans of the Civ series.
Oh, cool.
So they worked on Civ 5, and like this is kind of the next thing that they're
Sweet.
doing. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yo, I'm really excited for this.
And then Hellblade 2
Yeah.
is the last one that we know about. So we get an hour,
Yeah.
and we got
I think
basically
an
a deep
actual,
dive into these 4 games.
I
yeah.
think an actual uncut Hellblade section finally. Well, I guess we saw that beach thing. That was like kind of uncut, I guess. But
Yeah, but that was
I
a
think-
while ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
But
That,
I think
that
another
felt
thing
pretty
like that.
set up, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, Indiana Jones though. So hyped to see that. Holy crap.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was like going to be an extended thing. I thought it would just be a little trailer.
Yeah. I mean, who knows how much we'll see of it, but
Yeah.
one way or another, there will be developers talking about that game for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Will there be none, one, or both in the Indiana Jones stuff, okay?
You're doing 2 Indiana Jones
Yeah.
bets. Okay.
Yes. Maximum hype. Will there be a train and or a Nazi castle?
Both.
I'll go with the train. I don't know
I'm
about
going
the
both
castle.
as well. I'm
Nazi
going
train.
Neither.
Actually,
Oh,
maybe
good
neither,
one, good
yeah.
one.
both. All right.
Because do we know when it takes place?
No clue.
I don't think we know much about it at all at this point. Yeah.
So pumped.
This is really like a first look.
Yes. I'm guessing multiple time periods.
Could be.
Yeah.
Huber, Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah.
I know you put some time in that, right?
Oh my god, yeah. Finish
Yeah.
that game.
The Sins of the Flesh update coming out next week.
Nice.
It's got new progression systems,
Whoa.
shiny poop that yields special effects,
Okay, sweet. You gotta build those toilets.
a new blunderbuss,
Okay.
and the ability for followers to fall in love and hatch eggs that grow up into new followers.
That's fun.
yeah.
That's a good update. Are there any new dungeons or bosses or anything?
I don't know all the details. I just wrote
Yeah,
down some top line highlights, but
Cool.
yeah. If you missed this, go watch it. Tekken 8.
Chat, hang on. Chat is screaming that you didn't mention that they added sex, apparently.
But I just did.
Did you?
The ability for followers to fall in love and hatch eggs that grow up into new
Oh, okay.
followers.
Yeah,
like
where do
that's-
those eggs
I
come
just
from?
didn't say the word sex.
The sex was fun. Ew, now that he said it, I take back.
What is like the image of them
Oh, God.
having sex? Does it like
I don't
blur
know that they
out?
actually have an image.
Does
though.
it fade to black and then come
Yeah,
up?
I don't
Did-
know. They
do they
talk
make
like they would
Whoopi like in
find
The
an egg.
Sims?
It's kind of weird the way they.
So
they
probably when
described
you're
it.
out doing a dungeon run and you come back, there's just like an egg
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo, that's right.
or something. Okay.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, like, extensive cutscenes with physics.
But yeah, no, but that Tekken 8 trailer though is amazing. It's Brian Cox
Legend.
Oh, this is insane.
Yeah.
narrating the history of the Tekken story,
So
which is
nuts.
the most, the Guinness World Record for like the longest running story.
Yeah.
Top 10
in a video
dysfunctional
game.
families.
Hearing Brian, like, sitting there and hearing Brian Cox correctly pronounce, like, all these names and things,
That is insane.
my brain couldn't handle it. I was like, is he into this? Like, what's happening?
It was so good. Like everything was so well delivered.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, let's just like that sort of dry sense of humor
He's
of
so
like,
funny.
we know
Yeah.
this is ridiculous, but we're going to talk about
Yeah.
it so seriously.
Yeah.
Brian Cox and Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Did he ever say "fuck off" in the trailer? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Fuck off.
But like him talking about the devil gene
Yeah.
and people being thrown off of volcanoes. It's so good. We got 2 sets of awards nominees coming up. The DICE Awards
DICE.
revealed their nominees. That's next month in February, over Valentine's Day of all things.
Very
Jill
strange.
Valentine.
And the IGF, the Independent Games Festival, which is like concurrent with GDC. So usually at GDC they have the IGF Awards, and then like right after they have the GDC Awards. So they're like back to back. So IGF is all indie games. So I'm not going to go through the whole list on all of them, but just the GOTYs, the top
GOTYs.
prizes on each.
The Goaties.
The DICE GOTYs,
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2,
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3,
Yeah.
Cocoon,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2,
Yeah.
and Zelda.
Nice.
IGF.
Yo, Cocoon was Eurogamer's
Oh,
Goaty.
nice, nice. I love IGF because like there's always stuff in there that I'm like, I have never heard of these games for the most part. 1000 X Resist.
What?
Don't know it.
It's over Game of the Year.
Up for Seamus McNally grand prize. Yep.
Whoa.
A Highland Song, which we saw in the Nintendo Direct. It came out like right in December, like right at the end of the year.
I don't remember.
It was a pretty cool looking game from Inkle. Anthology of the Killer.
It sounds like my kind of game.
Don't know it.
What the hell?
No idea.
Yo, I gotta look
Cocoon
that
is
one
in
up.
there too.
Nice.
Mediterranean Inferno.
What?
Don't know it. And Venba, which is
Nice.
really nice. Really nice.
Oh, nice.
Yo, what is Anthology of a Killer all about? What is that?
Anthology of the Killer.
of the Killer.
Yeah.
Sounds sick.
Huber also wrote this down just because I know you'd like it. Darkest Dungeon 2, nominated for visual arts.
I did see that.
Yep.
Yes. So hyped.
I know you've been looking to get a nod anywhere.
Yes.
There's its nod.
Shout out. I actually saw them tweeting about it. They were like, yo, someone noticed us. Yo, this looks crazy. What in the world? Anthology of the Killer.
It's like a bird person and it looks like an old zine.
Whoa.
The art style.
This is,
Honestly, this looks sick.
yeah, this is an acid trip. Yo,
Yeah. Yeah, this looks like a 3D zine.
this is crazy.
If
The
you even
2D
know what
art
a
with the
zine is.
3D assets, very like Paradise Killer kind of. It's wild.
Very cool.
Like
Nice.
MS Paint creatures in 3D worlds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
Wow.
Huber, Alan Wake, you've told us about this. Coming
Yeah.
to Dead by Daylight, January
Yeah.
30th.
Yes.
One of his perks is Champion of Light,
Yeah.
which grants
Some
you
music?
additional movement speed while shining a flashlight.
Okay, nice.
If you successfully blind a killer, they will gain the Hindered status effect, which temporarily slows them down.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
So two-way speed buffs, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's so hype. Michael Myers v. Alan Wake. Let's
yeah.
go. That is sick.
Somebody did one of those soundboards too, where they just like strung together a bunch of his lines, and they were just talking about like how great, like how much effort like Matthew Peretta put into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Alan Wake and Nick Cage teaming up.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Yo, will Nick Cage be in Alan Wake 3? Like alt reality shit?
Probably.
All right, now we can put this one up. Limited Run and Konami are doing a few different collections. One for the Felix the Cat games,
Crazy.
of all things, for NES and Game Boy. And then the other one includes the 3 Rocket Knight Adventures games, including Rocket Knight.
So the original's there.
Yeah, the original
Yeah,
is there.
that's clutch.
Sparkster is there, and then Rocket Knight 2 is there.
Nice.
And then these are gonna be shown off on the IGN Fan Fest on February 24th.
Nice.
And there's
That's my
one
birthday.
more, just one more that they're not saying yet that will be in there. Another collection from Konami.
Konami. I mean, they've already done so many of the Castlevania games. It can't be that.
Doubtful,
Yeah.
unless they do like the N64 Castlevanias or something.
Oh, that's a good guess.
PS2 Castlevanias as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I wonder if it would be like a physical for the Suikoden, or I think they already showed that.
Right.
Cool. That's fun. And that'll be next week?
No, that is like February 24th.
Oh, okay.
My birthday.
Yeah. Nice.
So we gotta wait.
All right. It is time for Love and Respect. Love and Respect. From Sekiro 505, tying into that Xbox announcement. Do you think this year there will be an Xbox Shadow Drop game? Will it be a recurring thing now? So remember last year they had
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. They told us Minecraft was going to be Minecraft Legends, Forza, Elder Scrolls Online, and Redfall would be in there. And then they stuck Hi-Fi Rush in there in the middle.
You know, I don't think there's gonna be a shadow drop, but I think Hellblade 2 is gonna get an imminent release date. Like, yo, this is coming out in February
Oh yeah,
or March. Like, right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good bet. I think because we just have a year right now.
Damiani, any thoughts?
I guess. I mean, I'm not. Sorry, I don't. I know Hi-Fi Rush was dropped last time, but Xbox, like, they seem like pretty straightforward when they're doing deep dives. So I don't know if they're gonna like throw in like a one last surprise or not. And if that is, I don't know if it's gonna be a shadow drop. Yeah, to me it's a coin toss. I don't know.
You know what I could see is Shadow drop a DLC for Hi-Fi Rush.
That's great.
That's so good. Great
Well,
bet.
what's weird is that
Great
those
bet.
rumors have been going around about Hi-Fi Rush, right? People have been saying that, like, showing up on some site listings and things like that, that it'll be coming to Switch and PlayStation and PC. And, like, I don't know how much stock to put in those right now, but it would be maybe not that far-fetched if that is happening for them to announce it in this direct and basically shadow drop Hi-Fi Rush again.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, would you?
Yeah, already on PC, I believe. Yeah,
Was that? Oh, it is
it's already on PC because
yeah.
it's Xbox. Yeah,
So,
but maybe Steam.
yeah, I think maybe that was it. Maybe Steam or something. But that's the thing though. Is like, is that the danger if you do it twice in a row? That now it's an expectation. It's like, do you want to set that up?
But if you do it with Hi-Fi Rush, it's just the Hi-Fi Rush thing.
Yeah.
It's not really like the Xbox thing at that point.
Oh my
So-
God, they could do something called Lo-Fi Rush, where it's like way chilled out,
yeah,
or like Lo-Fi Chill or
These are
something.
great
Like-
ideas, Isla.
Yeah. Oh, it's already on Steam apparently. So whatever.
yeah,
Most of chat thinks there will be a shadow drop.
yeah.
Lo-Fi beats to Rush 2.
I think that there might not necessarily be a shadow drop, but I think that there could be a one more thing. Like
Yeah.
a reveal of something that
Yeah.
we haven't never seen before.
Hopefully, it's if they do that. I'm just tired of the like. Here's a reveal of something, and it's like a 30-second like
Oh,
CG trailer
Yeah.
thing. It's like they are in a position now where like so many things got delayed for so long. Now we heard about Perfect Dark, and things are taking a lot of time for Microsoft. So if they do a one more thing, it better be like substantial. Like here's like gameplay of a thing that's been in development for a bit. So I don't know. I don't know where they're at right now.
I'm hopeful that, yeah, that they, whatever they do, they will at least spend some time on it because,
Yeah.
again, this is an hour-long presentation with 4 titles.
Yeah.
Not really saying that there will be anything else,
Yeah.
so
And that's 4 heavy hitters.
yeah. So if they add a 5th, hopefully even that 5th will get a equal
Yeah.
amount of time. So like everything gets like 12 minutes or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Ooh, Sunny in chat said Fable gameplay would be cool.
Yeah, it
That could
would.
be
One
cool.
more thing, and it's
Yeah,
Fable
and it's
gameplay.
Fable
That would
gameplay,
be
that'd be pretty sick,
So
yeah.
sick.
That'd be sick.
That'd be
The
fantastic.
timing on that might make sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it could.
Heck yeah.
From Harrison Holt McHale. Hey, allies. Several months ago, I sent in a question regarding the development time of Bethesda Game Studios titles, specifically regarding the likelihood of a 15-year wait before the next mainline Fallout game. I find myself thinking back on this when reading the somewhat negative previews for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm cautiously optimistic for the game. Not that it will be of high quality, but that I will have a decent time playing it.
The goal is to swim. For sure.
However, all signs currently point towards this being a historic low in critical performance for Rocksteady. Even if Suicide Squad is swimming, the problem with this outcome is not that Suicide Squad exists, but the opportunity cost of what could have been. A Batman Beyond Arkham game, for instance, that was rumored to
Why
be
you
from
hurting me?
WB Montreal several years ago.
Why do you gotta hurt me?
Any number of games exploring other DC characters, or something entirely new for them to carve their own IP.
Yeah.
In this era of video games, where AAA development times and budgets are astronomical, and you need to be a must-play game to even consider yourself a major success, is there room for developers and publishers like WB to take risks and experiment like this? I'll still quietly hope that Rocksteady is about to do games as a service, for games as a service, what Arkham did to the superhero genre. But man, do I wish I was about to snap into Damian Wayne's shoes on February 2nd, rather than whatever this is.
A lot of questions here.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get Starfield and Fallout 4 and even Fallout 76, so you look at it like when's the last time we got like a mainline game? It reminds me of like, it's
But they're saying that like from Bethesda themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Like you had Starfield, and then you're going to have Elder Scrolls, and
Yeah.
then Fallout way down the line. Yeah.
But you're still like getting games. It's like when people say, "Yo, it's been like 10 years since
Mm-hmm.
GTA," and it's like, "Yo, we got Red Dead 2 in there as well." It's like, I think Rocksteady's had it way worse because they haven't had a game like at all. Like if a studio is still releasing games, even if it's not like from the IP you want, like if it's a studio you love and they're still putting out games, like I still think that's a win. As far as will studios take risks?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that, they're basically pitching this like this was a risk for them to take, different genre, different
Yeah.
direction, and all of this stuff. And now it's like, oh, we spent all this time and reactions are mostly checked out.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it all comes full circle. I've been seeing this today with Prince of Persia, Damiani, and it was, I could see a lot of studios going this route with some of their IPs or even new IPs like this. I don't want to call it a smaller game, but it's like, Metroidvania style, just like different genres that aren't like you were saying in your preview, Damiani, of just like that's not every game needs to be big AAA open world. So I could see a lot more studios going with that type of genre, even like God of War Valhalla. Like that was free. They could have charged money for that. Like these smaller roguelites or Metroidvanias or just like different genres, not huge open world.
Yeah, I mean, I've shouted these guys out before for this exact thing, but like I love what Obsidian does, where they have their big tentpoles, and in between they have smaller ones.
Yes.
Like Grounded and Pentiment.
For sure.
I think that's such a cool model.
That is
and
really
I would
cool.
love to see Rocksteady and other places do similar things. Like obviously, I know that's like more people, more teams, more work, but like I don't know. I really like that.
Same. Rocksteady, it was like they were gonna do it maybe because we had Batman Arkham Knight, and then a year later we had Arkham VR. So it's like, okay, a little cool thing, and then it's just nothing until Suicide Squad. It's like so long ago. So, but yeah, I think you nailed it, Isla. Obsidian does it right.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. All right. I forget, this is actually the username. From the best video game you've never played.
Love that.
Gonna take you for a ride.
Gonna take you for a ride.
We all know that Super Nintendo Land has been opening up at various theme parks around the world, but do you know about the other rides around the world that have been based on video games? Below is a list
Whoa.
of 10 rides based on games.
This is sweet.
Are these real or are these fake? First up, Uncharted, The Enigma of Penitence.
Fake.
Amazing title.
Universal Japan, maybe? Yes.
Fake.
It sounds so specific that it's either real or the greatest fake ever. I'll guess real.
That is real.
What?
Currently operating at Portaventura in Tarragona, Spain.
Oh.
It is a roller coaster mixed with a dark ride, think Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion,
The hell?
with lots of special effects and the first lateral drop in Europe.
Is it legal?
That sounds sick.
Opened June 16th, 2023. Just opened.
Huber, I've actually heard
Cool.
of that theme park. Apparently, it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog said it was
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Sony said it's okay. They wrote off on this.
I mean, I'm sure
I think
they would
so,
have been
yes.
sued into oblivion already if they had been.
It's crazy.
Chat says it's more based on the movie than the games.
Oh, okay.
God.
Interesting.
We're going to Spain.
Yeah, we're going to Spain.
Sonic Spinball.
Fake.
Where would that be?
There's no way.
I wonder if it's like a bumper cars or something like that, or like a tea.
The fact that Who
teacups.
Framed Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
exists,
Yeah.
Isla, is a freaking miracle.
It's insane. I'll say
Feels
fake.
like that could be like something at one of the. Yeah, I'm gonna say Japan for everything. So yeah, I'll go real.
That is real.
What?
It is sadly no longer operating, though.
Oh, technicality. Come
It
on.
released as a
was that
Sonic
Sega?
ride. This was a temporary re-theme of a spinning roller coaster at Alton Towers in the UK that's called Spinball Whizzer. The ride was rethemed for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which consisted of putting stickers over the existing theming and having Sonic do the safety announcement.
I respect it, dude.
Yeah, I respect it. Fine.
Fortunately, the roller coaster is great, and I've been on it. In fact, when it originally opened, I said to my older brother, they should retheme this to Sonic Spinball. And he said it was the dumbest thing he'd ever heard.
Hell
Big
yeah.
brother obligation. He turned away after saying that, and he's like, "Damn, it was hard to shoot that one down."
All right, next up, Call of Duty Raid.
No way.
I could definitely imagine them pumping a few bucks out of that.
No way.
I'll say real.
Fake.
That is fake.
Ah.
All right, Tomb Raider, the ride.
I was waiting for you to say where it was, but even though it was fake, I was like,
They
"But
just
where's it
make up
from?"
some place.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider the ride?
Tomb Raider, the ride.
I like
That's
that name.
real.
That name is so generic that it has to be real.
Fake.
Real. In fact, there are 4 Tomb Raider the rides. Tomb Raider the Ride, a flying roller coaster located at Canada's Wonderland in Vaughan, Ontario. Tomb Raider the Ride, a top spin, formerly located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Tomb Raider Firefall, another top spin, formerly located at Kings Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. And Tomb Raider The Machine, a third top spin located at Movie Land in Verona, Italy.
Whoa.
So that was probably based on the Tomb Raider movie rather than
Yeah.
directly by the games, like we were talking
Solid
about Uncharted.
movie.
Yeah.
I liked
Oh,
it.
that's a top spin.
Yeah, what's a top spin?
It's like the ships that go back and forth, except it goes around and you spin vertically around it. Do you know what
Okay.
I'm talking about? I'll show you a picture.
Yep.
Got it.
Those things.
Yeah.
Like Hammerhead at Knott's.
Sure.
Crash Bandicoot TNT.
Fake.
That one's real.
Real?
You
That
got
is-
hella quiet, Damiani.
Fake. But if it were real, it would obviously be a teacup ride.
You better know.
Yeah.
Angry Birds Detonator Bombs Away.
That's real.
probably
Real.
real.
Yep. Another rethemed UK ride, this time at Thorpe Park,
Reused assets.
which is also host to the Walking Dead and Black Mirror rides.
Yo,
Whoa.
Black Mirror ride?
This is a propelled drop tower, as in you are pushed down by force, as if you are the plunger on a detonator for a box of TNT. This was actually part of Angry Birds Land, which also included a 4D cinema experience and, of course, Angry Birds Dodgems.
Dodgems.
I have been. It was terrible.
Dang.
Tower of Terror pulls you down. Gravity wasn't fast enough.
Love Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
The Last of Us Lockdown.
Fake.
Wasn't that it? Not Universal Horror
It wasn't
Nights?
called Lockdown,
Oh.
I don't think.
Oh, fake?
That is fake.
Yeah.
Pac-Man Land.
Real.
Real.
Gotta have a Pac-Man land.
You gotta.
You gotta have it.
Oh, was
Was
it
that
called that?
Yo, was at the movie
Fake?
theater the other day. Guess how much for one play of Miss Pac-Man?
$2.
$2.
$2.
For Ms. Pac-Man, I was like,
Good grief.
what? Happened at 25 cents?
What
Right.
happened to it?
Gee.
It got times by 8
God.
or 4.
How do you even ask your parents for that as a kid?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you're like, usually, like, Dad, can I get some quarters? He would give you $2.
Yeah.
That was, and that
Yeah,
would,
like
you know,
8
you'd
plays.
sit over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 5 hours of entertainment right there.
Yeah. Pac-Man Land is real, though.
Yes.
That opened in 1983
Whoa.
at Six Flags over Texas during the height of Pac-Mania. It was replaced in 1985 after the demise of Pac-Mania.
No.
When that video game crash happened, yeah. And it was replaced with Looney Tunes. Some say the area is still haunted by 4 ghosts.
That's
Hell
cute.
yeah.
Which movie do they have the live action Pac-Man? It's not Super Troopers, but the one after that. Dead Island.
Oh, Club Dread.
Club Dread.
Club
That's
Dread.
yeah. I always wanted to do that. That seems fun.
Mass Effect New Earth.
No way.
That's so random.
Yes?
It has to
Real?
be real.
New Earth is so weird. Real.
What?
This is a theatrical motion simulator at California's Great America in Santa Clara, California.
Wow.
Think Star Tours, but worse. It was opened in 2016 and coincides with the plot of Mass Effect 3 by offering riders no choice in the outcome of the ride.
That's good.
Oh, boy.
That's funny.
Final one. The Last of Us Lockdown Remastered.
Fake.
Fake.
Funny.
I would love it if
funny.
that one was real.
Funny.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, they say fake, but somehow more plausible than just The Last of Us Lockdown. It's time for bets. It's a new year, so we got some business to get into here. So yeah. First up, this year, you're all going solo.
Whoa!
There
Like
are
Han
not
Solo?
teams.
You are
Everyone will
going
be an
insane
individual
this
better.
year, dude.
Crazy. Blood, I don't care about winning. I only hope you lose.
Well, you got a heads up on me last
Same.
week. But yeah, so there's still going to be a mascot though, which is why we have these cans out here. The only
Yeah, Blood's in his like evil era now. Punish Blood for real.
only the top 2 scores are going to get read out each week. So we'll show the whole scoreboard, but only the top 2
Love that.
will be read out and be able to do your animal sounds.
Brutal.
Love
Okay.
that.
Brutal.
Top 2. High stakes.
When
it's like
we-
last controller gives it up in Mario Party.
When we have guests that come in and bet, they will get to choose who their point is going to go to. So you need to be nice to the guests.
Yeah.
You need
Do
to make
they-
an alliance.
Do they pick it by
Easy.
us,
alerts.
the person, or by the team name?
They can pick it however they want.
Jeez.
Okay.
But yeah.
Will they
I'm
know
gonna
the
bribe
scores beforehand?
What's that?
Will they be?
We can refund, yeah. Yeah, we can give
That's
them a
essential.
full, yeah. So if they
Yeah,
want to,
yeah.
if they want to give someone a lead, an extra lead,
Great.
if they want to get the underdog up, they can do that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And so now we're gonna pick the names. I've had everyone write down adjectives that they like, animals that they like, adjectives they don't like, and animals that they don't like. Basically, because the Sleepy Grizzlies won.
What? They did?
Or no, sorry, I got this
No.
back up.
Why are you trolling?
I was
Just
like, it would have been
intentional
false
troll.
anyway, but
No, sorry. Because you lost, you're only gonna get to choose from the bad stacks. They're gonna be, you're gonna do it blind, basically.
I love how
You're
Evil
gonna pick
Blood,
a card essentially.
Evil Blood is like, because you guys
Wow.
won. Oh no, I read that wrong. Because
Yeah.
you guys sucked
Wow.
ass.
Wow. Okay.
So let me
So
do
we
this.
get the negative ones.
You get the negative
That
ones.
is brutal.
And then because you folded this, we're gonna have to be a little different on this.
He told you not to fold it.
But I'm gonna shuffle.
The subtle brutality of Bloodworth.
Yep. It stings
It
just
really
a little
is.
extra.
Yeah.
You guys can decide who wants to go first. Damiani or Hubert.
What do you say, Damiani?
No preference.
Same, no preference.
Okay.
Let's have Gabby pick. Who's going first, Gabby?
Huber.
Hubert.
Alrighty.
Okay.
No fate but what I make.
So pick a card between 1 and 6.
Okay. I can just tell you.
Yeah. Since Damiani will have to do it this way too anyways.
Lucky number 4.
Hubert. Stealthy.
Stealthy.
That's a good.
That's a good
That's
one.
good.
That's good.
Who wrote that?
What? Thank you. Whoever thinks that's negative, that's good.
Sure. Yeah. That's
All right.
It's in that bucket.
Chill.
Damiani, 1 to 5.
At 2.
2. Pompous.
That's negative. That's good. Pompous.
All right. We'll do the same thing with our animals.
Pompous. That's so good. I immediately just thought of Busted Trifecta Damiani with
Oh, hell yeah.
the scarf. Like, pompous.
All right.
God, I love
Damiani 1 to 6 again.
5.
5. Damiani is the pompous Cocker Spaniel. Huber, 1 to 5.
Who doesn't like Cocker Spaniel?
1.
Stealthy Centipede.
Stealthy Centipede. Look out.
Damn, that's too cool.
I'm coming.
That's like a Metal Gear boss thing.
Yeah, for
dude.
real.
Sick.
All right. and
We
now,
regret our words and deeds, dude.
because the Ducks won.
Yo, you all have really nice handwriting, by the way. Whoever wrote these, this is excellent
We
handwriting.
get these face
None
up.
of those
We get
are
to
mine.
pick what we want. So we got optimistic, effervescent, diligent, revolutionary, wet, and fashionable.
What? I'm gonna say that's Dawn.
So let's go with Don first. What adjective
Don,
does Don
what
want?
adjective do you want? He gets to pick. You get to pick. No,
Yeah.
because we won. We have to pick. He's not pleased about this.
Of course he's not.
You don't take mine. Oh Jesus Christ! Stop playing Momodoro for 2 seconds.
It's wet, revolutionary, diligent, optimistic, effervescent, and fashionable.
He'll be fashionable.
Fashionable.
Good one. Very
All
good
right.
one.
Very good.
Isla,
You know I gotta pick wet.
wet. Okay.
Oh wait, Gabby wanted wet. Let's rock paper scissors for it, Gab.
It's the only way. Rock, paper, scissors is
All right,
law.
All right. On three or on shoot. Okay. Here we go.
It's the law
Wait,
of the
wait,
land.
no, wait. No, there's a whole other thing for Gabby. So, well, I
Whole
guess
other
she really
thing.
wants wet.
There's a whole other thing for Gabby.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take wet for now then.
Okay.
I'll
Maybe
give it to
afterwards
her
you can
later,
rock
yeah.
paper scissors.
I'll give it to her later.
Okay, I'll go with effervescent.
Effervescent.
That was a good one.
Okay. And then
Well, I guess because she wasn't on a team.
right.
Yeah, so she wouldn't get to pick.
And then animals.
Animals. How can they cut the power, man? They're animals.
Manatee. Dolphin. Blue-footed booby.
Hell yeah.
Blue-footed booby.
It's a
Wiener
bird.
dog. Hippopotamus. And hummingbird. Don.
Run them down again so
Oh.
Don is listening.
Hippopotamus, wiener dog, blue-footed booby, dolphin, manatee, and hummingbird.
He uncertainly chooses manatee.
Manatee, fashionable manatee.
Fashionable manatee.
I like it.
That's hype.
Isla.
Hummingbird, baby.
Wet hummingbird.
Ooh, wet hummingbird.
The
Reminds
image of
me
that.
of-
That's actually
like
pretty
a-
nice. That's pretty nice.
I immediately went to black and white hummingbird in the rain wearing a trench coat.
Hell yeah.
So I'll go effervescent hippopotamus.
Nice.
There we go. All right, and then where did I put these?
Dude,
So-
wet hummingbird's a pretty sick ass like code name too.
Wet hummingbird.
Fashionable
Reporting in.
manatee. You take point. Get to the rendezvous. Pompous wombat. What was he?
Pompous Cocker Spaniel.
We lost sight of Pompous Cocker Spaniel. We lost sight. He's not at the rendezvous. We're compromised.
All right, so
Stealthy centipede. Where are you?
so Gabby, you basically get a split. So you can choose whether you want the adjective from the good pile
Oh.
or the animal from the good pile, and then the reverse will be true.
Animal from the bad pile.
She wants
Animal from the bad pile.
Nice.
Okay, and then
Does she get to
adjective from the
choose?
good pile.
There it is.
And then Which one do you want to see, and which one do you want to go in blind?
Oh,
I
cute.
love it.
See the animal.
She wants to see the bad animals.
See the bad animals. That's a good call, because then we know what we got. So the bad animals are albatross Ant.
These are all phenomenal animals. What's
Rat.
wrong with you people?
and mosquito.
Say them again. I was yelling.
Albatross, ant, rat, and mosquito.
Those are great.
Ants are not great.
Mosquitoes are not good either yet. She wants rat.
Rat.
Rat. The Rat King.
All right, and then we'll see how many of these
Rats are-
adjectives we got left. Okay.
Seriously, I want like fan art of these characters as like Hideo Kojima
All right.
characters.
Number 1 to 3, Gabby.
Tough choice.
High stakes.
She says 3.
Optimistic rat. Love it.
I love that.
Yes.
All right. So let me write these down. We've got Damiani as the pompous Cocker Spaniel.
Oh my God, Suma, that's such a good idea. We have to use these code names when we're playing Lethal Company.
Yes.
Just shouting stealthy centipede at you.
Huber's the stealthy centipede. Dawn is the fashionable manatee.
Fashionable manatee. Has to be wearing sunglasses on a
Oh, yeah.
jet ski.
I am the effervescent hippopotamus. That's not spelled right, but whatever. Deal with it
I
later.
was gonna say, spell that.
Isla is the wet hummingbird. Yes.
That's right. That's right, baby.
It was a rain-soaked night.
And then optimistic rat. Love it. All right. Next order of business.
Splinter, very optimistic.
Yeah.
Uh,
Chancing Remy from Ratatouille. Yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken, for some reason these bets have never had any real stakes.
Oh my God. What happened to you?
So
Florida changed you, man.
Yeah.
before next week's podcast, each contestant needs to submit to me a reward for the winner and a punishment for the loser.
Jeez.
I will also collect suggestions from the mods,
Shout out, Mon.
and then I will
Is
choose.
this for like each weekly bet?
No, this is
or
this
the
is for the
end?
full year.
the full
For
total.
when when you win and lose at the end of the year.
Okay.
And then once I get everybody's submissions, then I will choose from among them what the stakes will be, and we'll
You
reveal that
choose.
next
I don't
week.
know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you're one of the competitors,
Yeah, I
Charles.
feel
you
like-
can't just choose.
Yeah, but we can't leave it up to be like something ends up getting voted into some 60-hour nonsense either.
Well, we can pick out the dumb ones, then we have to roll dice or something.
Yeah.
They have to be randomly chosen.
But yeah,
I
we can do
agree.
random.
I agree.
Yeah.
If they all seem decent, yeah.
They
We
have
pick-
to be of equal severity, and then it's
Yes.
random.
And we pick tarot cards for who rolls the dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Random on random.
Yes. Double random.
Yeah. It's the only way to be sure.
It's the only way.
I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work out, but okay.
Who watches The Watcher, Rude Walsh? Yeah. Blood's gone mad with power, dude.
Okay, so now for this week's bet,
The first bet is high stakes. We're already in it.
the second bet because we had a bet last week.
You
right.
monster. Gabby didn't get to do that one.
Oh no, neither did I.
Neither did Blood. He says
Encourages you to
smugly.
show up more. You know, you miss a test and you got to do a makeup test or something. Extra credit.
Yeah.
This week's bet, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, comes out next Thursday, January 18th. I'm going to look through the top 10 English reviews on OpenCritic. How many times will I find the words veggie or veggies? Huber.
Just 2.
2.
I went low on this. I don't know why. I went low. I was feeling low. I was vibing it. I went 2.
Damiani.
5.
Dawn.
Don. Don says 3.
Damn it, Don.
Isla.
I also said 2.
Damn it, Isla.
Yeah.
Gabby.
10.
She says 10.
Full 10 veggies.
Whoa.
And then I went with 6.
6. Another sneaky bet.
He's
6 to 9
dude. I
range.
usually pick 6, dude.
The 6 to 9 range there.
Yeah, it's yeah. People are expecting a lot of veggies to show up. We'll see. Last week's bet.
Already, immediately.
Yeah, I'm
God.
shook, dude.
God.
Wet hummingbird.
Last week's bet. Momodora, Moonlit Farewell. The game
Don's
that
playing
Don is
right
playing
now.
this whole
Don's
time.
playing
Right
in
now.
the other room. Came out. We went with an all-time classic. I asked how many double jumps would we see
All time.
in the launch trailer. Damiani bet 4. Huber bet 5. Don bet 11. Isla bet 12.
Nice.
And wouldn't you know, for whatever crazy reason,
0.
Oh god.
there is no launch trailer.
Oh.
So it goes back to the previous trailer, which is that release date trailer from a month ago, which Huber sussed out and bet the exact number that was in that trailer.
Unintentionally.
There were 5 double jumps.
Yes.
Did you tell us that before, or no?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Sweet.
Because if there's no trailer, there'd be 0.
Well, we always do the whatever the most recent
Yeah,
was.
that's true.
If there was no trailer ever,
Yeah,
that would be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So, yeah. That brings the score to Stealthy Centipede
Nice.
1.
What's the sound?
Gotta.
So stealthy.
So stealthy, so stealthy. Everyone else got 0. Let me tell you about patreon.com/easyallies. We are funded by lovely people just like you who watch and listen to this podcast and to the other things that we got out there. Yeah, it's really important to keep this thing going, to keep everything funded and all the good stuff rolling. You can also, give us a Twitch sub. You can drop something into those little PayPal links that we've got down there in the descriptions and under the video players. But becoming a patron is the most effective way to support us for the long term. And at different levels, we've got some various rewards. At the $5 level, you get this podcast 2 days early. You get it ad-free. You get bonus love and respect questions. That wrong question at the beginning, I'll start taking suggestions on that. No guarantee that I will pick from the suggestions, but we're going to start doing that next week. So if you've got a wrong question, come up with one, and we will see. We've also got the Discord. They're voting on top 10 eating and drinking establishments. I think
So good.
They're doing the suggestion process now and voting soon.
So sick.
So we will read those out in a couple of weeks.
Yo, Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Better be there.
At $10, you get into our contributors tier, where we'll be doing the community showcase now after a group stream each month. And then also one of our group streams each month will be Stream Team. So that's kind of how those things are shaken out. $25 and up are our producer tiers. At $50, you get fan mail from us each month. At $100, you can ask Jones to read something. And then our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to Javawebs, El Thanis, Greg, The Dark Knight Kettering, Jesse Blue, and Raymond Wheeler III. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Last big change. So we used to limit our video promotions to the winner of the bet.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about stuff now. We got stuff out there to talk about.
Chill.
Let's pitch it.
Pitch it.
First of all, Damiani started a new little talk show there.
Yeah.
Happening on the weekends. Maybe not every week, but you did one last week. You got another one coming up this weekend. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we got this week's episode is going to be about the Final Fantasy XIV Japan Fan Fest news. I'm going to have guest Tiffany Lockhart is going to be joining me, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. Central Time, so
Sick.
noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Time zones are hard. Yes.
It is automatically adjusted on easyallies.com, and the Twitch also, if it's on there, I think it's on there. We'll have that as well. And then basically, yeah, those are live one-on-one things, and then we put out the VODs a couple days later.
Yeah, it's meant to just be like a one-on-one kind of like talk show, single topic, so very focused. And I try and pick like a topic that's catered around the guest. So I have a pretty long list of guests I want to have on, and it's just about getting. It has to be kind of like on a weekend. Unfortunately, that's kind of like not everyone works. They work other jobs during the week, so weekends tend to be like the best time to get a guest on the show. So they're pretty much going to be locked to a Saturday or Sunday slot. And yeah, I've been, talking to a few people. It already got them, kind of like in the pipeline coming. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's, and it's also sometimes stuff like I don't necessarily get to talk about as well. So it's another avenue for me to kind of like go like more deep dive on like a single thing for sure.
Nice. There's also that Prince of Persia review that we mentioned earlier that Damiani told us about the game. We did our 2024 predictions on Group Stream this week, so that was a good time. And find out how to get your red wig. And I don't know if this came up last week or not, but Dawn did that Primal Rage 2 thing. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think we did mention it last week, but
Yeah.
check that out.
Hell yeah. Check a look.
Yeah.
a
Arcade
look,
cabinet brought back just the prototype version. They made a whole cabinet for it and everything, and Don interviewed the guy that worked on that thing. It's pretty sweet.
Well, it is.
It's looking pretty sweet.
It's looking pretty sweet, Don. Maybe not Momodora sweet.
All right. So, Huber, since we already promoted videos, instead, you get to shout out an underdog. It can be a smaller game that you don't think's getting enough attention, someone you think's doing some good work out there, anything you think of that needs a little boost, a little attention that you want your people to put their eye on.
I mean, Momodora, it sounds like it. That's the one.
There you go.
Yeah. Like Prince of Persia, definitely getting all the love right now, all the shine, all the sheen, all the hype. But, Don has been talking about this series for a while now, really hyping it up. And apparently this is like the last one. It's the culmination. Small team, small game. It's like less than $20 for this thing.
Yeah. On sale for like the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just saw Don playing it for a few minutes. Like, I'm definitely getting this game. It looks awesome. And Don's back in it. So, very hyped.
Nice.
And the early Steam reviews are really good. It's like 9 out of 10 right now.
Sick.
So,
And then you still also get the final word and trademark sign off.
final word. Yo, Liza P is sick as hell. Don't skip it. We need more, and more is coming. 2024, new trademark sign off. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Toxic sludge paradise, Huber. Everywhere there's toxic sludge.